Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dragon's Greed Gaming. Today, we are playing Sins and Consequences, a Blades in the Dark actual play podcast. As usual, I'm joined by my amazing cast, I guess is the word. Ethan, CJ, Adam, and Dio will be joining us shortly. Hopefully before we actually start into our score today. But before we do, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Sydney Fable, actually, who does the music for this show, a lot of the music for this show. Thanks to them, I do not actually have to go scouring lists of unlimited music about ghosts and stuff to find music for the show, and I think that the music is awesome. So check out their YouTube, check out their glam rock band, the Blam Blams. Links are going to be in the description. I actually had the pleasure of talking to a couple guys this week. They were asking for favors, just someone to check out their VTT, and it was the Bag of Mapping guys. So that's bagofmapping.com, and I actually really like their VTT, and they're really cool guys. They also hate Roll20, and so that's a plus as well. They don't hate it as much as Chris does, so you know. But they do not like it, and they went and did something about it. They made their own VTT. You're welcome to check it out. I have a description below. They also gave us a coupon code, so it's only $2 a month to subscribe to their top tier, which just gives you like a little. It makes it even faster, and I think you get access to a mobile version as well. But if you go there and you actually decide to subscribe, you can type in Dragon's Greed as a coupon code and you get 25% off your first 2 months, which I believe works out to be like maybe $1 worth of savings. But I mean, $1's better than not having $1. It's just that cheap, you know. But yeah, it's worth checking out, and it's free to use actually. You can do everything you need to do for free. The subscription really just is if you find yourself using it a lot and you want to go a little bit quicker and you want it to store all your information longer, you just pay $2 a month. So yeah, I just gave a shout out to them, just because I like them. They were fun guys to talk to. And yeah, we might be hearing more from them in the future, but if we don't, that's all right too. Good guys, bagofmapping.com. I'm going to put their website in the description below as well. Without further ado, let's meet our players today. We're going in alphabetical order because that's also the order you are in on my screen.
Oh, weird. Me too. Yeah, look at that.
And so we have Adam. Adam, who are you? Who's
I'm
your
Adam.
father?
Oh.
What does he do?
What's your daddy and what does he do? My dad's name is George. He is a retired police officer and United States Marine. He also did private security work. And hear me out. I don't like to ask my dad for details about any of that kind of stuff because he was in Vietnam, so he gets kind of. Sometimes you ask him questions and he gets like this stare and it's like, sorry, Dad. But he did mention to me this. I don't know if this is how far you wanted to go in this or if you were just saying something funny, but I'm going to tell you guys some stuff about my dad real quick here.
We're going deep.
Oh, it's going to get real weird. So my dad's told me a couple of things. Like my wife was asking him some questions. She's like, hey, George, you've traveled a bunch. Like, what's your favorite place that you've been to out of the country? And my dad was talking about like how he really enjoyed the food in, different countries and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, when were you there? And then he like started giving out little bits of details. He's like, oh yeah, I was doing security work for like Kissinger and like Nixon, and based off of the timing of stuff and what my dad was describing, my dad might have been at Watergate.
I mean, good for him, I guess. That's pretty rad.
Or not, I don't know, but he's still alive. So if he was, he didn't get. I don't know history stuff. All I know is that my dad is still here, and he collects pig stuff. Well, he used to. I still give him pig stuff sometimes. He gets pissed. He's got a lot.
When you say pig stuff, do you mean like knickknacks in the shape of a pig, or are you talking like things that are pig? Like, oh, here's a set of pig ears. Like, what do you
he's
mean?
got like like a little like ceramic pig, or like a ice cream scooper that looks like a pig, or a coffee cup that looks like a pig, or he's got like one of his favorite things he's got. It's like it's about like knee high. It's like a ceramic anthropomorphic pig in a cop uniform.
I was about to say, it's because he was a cop that like everyone started gifting him pig stuff, right?
Yeah, my dad's got a real he's a funny dude. He's got a great sense of humor, and he laughs about that kind of stuff. And big collection of pig silly crap that I think about 15, 20 years ago, he was like, stop buying me pig stuff. I'm like, yeah, right.
Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's sorry. Hi, I'm Adam. I'll be playing. I'm gonna be playing. What's this guy's name? Jacob. Jacob Bridgewater, aka Stormy. He is a kind of a weird dude, a Leviathan hunter by trade, and he's got kind of a mystical air about him. He's kind of a little bit of a philosopher, but also kind of an idiot. So. There you go.
All right. Well, I am so glad to be playing with Jacob Bridgewater. And Adam, on the spot, who's Jacob's dad and what does he do?
Jacob's father is a man named George, and
he's an ex-blue coat and also an
he's an ex-blue coat and U.S. Marine.
Really deep.
And his dad was at a thing called Water Door. But no. His dad, honestly, if you're asking me these questions and you want an actual answer, I think his dad was also a Leviathan hunter. I don't know, how long ago did this apocalypse happen?
1,000 years ago.
Okay, so yeah, dude, his dad was definitely also a Leviathan hunter. His
Leviathan
dad used
hunters
to be,
have been around for a couple hundred years.
Yeah, his dad used to be the guy that manned like the big ballista on the back of the boat, and that would like fire off like the massive harpoons. That was who his dad was. So he kind of inherited the career. It's the family business.
That's fair. I mean, a lot of people probably do.
Yeah, he was born a seaman, raised a seaman.
Made a seaman.
Made of seaman.
All right, CJ, on that note.
Hi, I'm CJ.
Introduce yourself.
I'm CJ. I play Mary Skelkalan. She's a leech. She likes to make things, blow things up with ghosts, and sniff books. That's what we've established.
It's all the lore at this point.
Oh, that's all you need.
There you go. And anything exciting or interesting you want to share with your fans? You have so many ravenous fans, CJ.
I'm sure you're absolutely not just trying to make me feel better.
Actually, we're growing in popularity by the day, guys. Like, we're number 21 in Games and Leisure in Mexico.
Ooh.
Dude, that orale.
Yeah, no, and we're actually we broke top 100 in the UK last week.
Nice. There we go.
So
hello.
We are growing. It's just one of those things. We're averaging about 800 view downloads a week, I think, is where we're at.
That's what I heard last time.
Everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're not Joe Rogan, but we're doing better than some podcasts out there.
I don't know about you, but I am Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
I used to run Fear Factor. I'm the Fear Factor guy.
I also
Used
make
to
jokes
watch
about
that.
tigers having sex.
I don't know what Joe Rogan does anymore. I'm so out of the loop. If it's not about nerdy crap, I'm not into it. I don't know.
Joe Rogan's getting weird. He's getting a little weird in his old age.
Yeah, you gotta get weird sometimes.
Yeah, sorry, CJ. I totally interrupted you.
You didn't. I didn't know what I was saying. So you saved
That's
me,
okay.
actually.
Fair enough. CJ, you're not allowed to talk anymore. I'm kidding. Obviously.
Yes,
say
thank
whatever
you.
want.
Yes.
Ethan, say the words.
Sure thing. Good save.
I won't
and then
ask you
call
about
out
your
right
dad.
back.
Yeah,
Hi,
no,
everyone.
Ethan, I'm not gonna ask about your dad because I know him personally.
That's fair.
How's your dad doing?
Yeah, how is your dad?
He's good. He's also retired, but after that got so bored he started working at an airport, and so now he runs an airport up north. Like he is the person running the airport, and he's like, if I quit, no one else is going to run this thing. So that's just what he does now because he had the time. Yeah, it's weird. It's a total transition. He was also a police officer, and so just like out of nowhere, it's like,
weird.
What else are you gonna do? So he's off doing that. Back over to the game, mind you. Hi, my name is Ethan. I'm going to be running Vey Helker. He is a spider or a devious mastermind. Vey, so far, I find, so he's a slim, very worn, very tired type of fellow, and very often I find switches between not having anything to say while he is thinking, or talking too much and getting himself into trouble, or saying something incorrectly. So it has been a perfect medium for me to go and learn the game and just start saying real stupid things, get called out for it. So I'm loving the dynamics and how that's all working out.
That's fair. To be fair, you guys have been talking to a lot of assholes, and like that's on me because I put them in the world, but also just
not high enough in society yet to talk to nicer people.
That's what. No,
I don't know
you're
if they'll
probably
get
better
nicer.
off talking to people that can't offer you anything. They'll probably
That's
be
true.
very nice to you. But yeah, like a lot of rich people at Duskville are assholes. It's right in the rule book. It's like they are.
Page 3.
Page 3, rich people are assholes. What?
They are in this world for sure. Yeah, and Dio will be joining us. However, he's driving. He was at some sort of event, and instead of having him come on and try to talk to us while he's driving, I said just come back when you can. So, and then to introduce me, I'm Aaron. My dad is dead. That's what he does.
I wasn't gonna prompt. It felt a little rude.
I don't know why that's so funny.
It's because of the way I said it, Adam.
Oh.
But yeah,
Oh,
Goddamn.
I'm sorry.
but yeah, you know what, guys? I just want to, like, this week I've been fantasizing about playing Vampire the Masquerade. I want to play it so bad, but the problem with it is that if you say you want to play Vampire the Masquerade and someone says, yeah, I would love to play Vampire the Masquerade, that itself is a red flag to stop talking to that person.
CJ, we played Vampire, right? Or no, you
No.
weren't there. It was before you joined up. I played Vampire once. It was not great.
Glowing
Yeah.
review.
It's a tough game to get into, right? You have to find the right group of people and the right, because it's really easy for it to get like actually creepy, but like not in the way you want it to be.
Yeah, I'm not the right person to play Vampire, dude. Like I'm like when we were playing, the character I made, he was a like a vampire luchador, and like I was trying to like body slam like gang members in the street, and the guy, I was the wrong person to be playing that game.
That's fair. I just more than anything want to play a Nosferatu street artist that wears one of those fucking stupid hoodies, like that zip all the way up. And it's
Where
like
you can like, look
Banksy.
like Spider-Man or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, yeah, but it's like the whole thing would be like he's like Banksy, but he can literally just like walk up the sides of walls and shit because he's a vampire.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. You get up there and do graffiti in weird spots. Like,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That's a cool idea. I like that.
I like that too.
Like
and it's like
It's
that's
just a
his
funny image of like this like shadowy thug in an alleyway, just like walks backwards, keeps walking backwards, is walking sideways backwards up.
Up the wall.
This is just
He's-
Spider-Verse Spider-Man, though, is what you want,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
except
Miles
Morales.
because in the rules, like you have to kind of put something that like your character does that like is in violation of the Masquerade, and like he is a famous street artist like Banksy that no one knows who he is, but they're always trying to find out, and that's his Masquerade violation.
My,
Like,
oh my god, my luchador vampire made he made like luchador movies where he was a vampire luchador in the movies, and like that was the persona. It's like yeah, that's not cool, but
that's not cool. Yeah.
I mean, that's
But
not-
yeah, no. So, audience, I would say reach out to me and talk to me about Vampire the Masquerade, but again, that is a red flag. Do not do that. But I've been talking to Scar over at the Neon Swamp, and we may be setting up a game in the future because I trust Scar not to sexually harass me while trying to play a
why is that?
so-
Why is that like inherent in vampire? Is like
I don't know.
weird,
I
like,
don't
it's-
know. but I played
you're
it exactly once.
Vampires are just
And I
sexually
quit.
charged. You can't help it.
But they're
Yeah.
not though. They shouldn't be. They're like gruesome undead corpse husks with
But
like
Think of how they've been played in the last like 10, 15 years. It's so heavy on the fan fiction and everything else that like that's where a lot of the lore is gone, right?
Just remember,
the
50
Omegaverse
Shades of
stuff.
Grey. Oh my god, Omegaverse is amazing. I read that stuff all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, one more call out. Why not? There's a podcast called All Lawyers Are Bad, or A-Lab, or All Lawyers Are Bastards, I guess it is, or the A-Lab series. I love that podcast. There's like 20 episodes. They release so sporadically. I frequently forget that it's not canceled technically. But yeah, it's just one of those things. They have an episode where there's like a whole like lawsuit involving two authors who write Omegaverse fan fiction.
If you don't know what that is, dude, look it up.
It's just werewolves having non-consensual sex. That's what it is. That's the Omegaverse.
Dubcon.
Oh yeah, sorry, dubious consent.
Dubious consent.
That's a horrible thing to walk into.
Dio's here.
Yes, Leo. All right.
I was
Talk
like,
a little about Omega.
what
Let me tell you
fucking
about
werewolves?
alpha omegas and betas. Let me tell you.
Alpha omegas. That sounds like a really bad incel like community.
No, I wouldn't say it's incel. It's
No.
weirdly kind of queer coded. Like it's
Dub cell? Dubious.
no,
I
Dubcon
don't
is for older white women. That's the
You said
demographic.
Dubcon?
Dubcon, yeah. Dubcon is for older white women. But
Yeah.
Omegaverse is oddly enough like kind of like a young queer space,
Okay.
which is interesting. I learned about this on the E-Lab podcast, so you should check it out if you want to learn more about fucking werewolves.
Werewolf,
okay.
werewolf erotica fan fiction.
Well, they're not actually werewolves.
It's
That's
not
the
werewolves.
weirdest
It's,
part.
it's humans that are coded with animal traits.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They're-
Like
it's also technically not
anthropomorphic.
fan fiction.
CJ. How,
I hang in the anime section. Where do you? Of course I know this shit.
Yo, it's its own canonical story. Like you gotta respect the fucking
my
like
God.
the jux, bro.
Well, the thing, like in that podcast you were talking about that you sent me, like, dude, Aaron sent me this link. He's like, "Hey, listen to this podcast. You're gonna learn everything you need to know about wolf sex." And I'm like, "I think I already know everything you need to know about wolf sex."
Yo, you gotta understand the breeding, like the actual like physiology of it, dude.
Oh yeah.
I was talking to my wife about it. And she's like, "What are you doing?"
It's like,
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, I made my wife listen to that on a road trip once, and she
You're still married.
she was
huh?
actually yeah.
That was the
no,
real
it-
test.
It is. There's two things I do whenever I date someone new, and she passed both of them. Is I talk to them for a couple hours
Well,
about
well, there's your
dubious
first
consent and
Oh, that
dubious
too. Okay,
consent
I'm
wolf
sorry.
sex, and I ask them how they feel about horses, and if they say they like horses, they're out.
Okay. Dude, my
Um,
wife, like, terrified of horses. We like anytime there's a horse, she always brings up. She's like, "Ugh, horses." I'm like, I get it, but
See.
like, dial it back.
Watch your back there, Adam.
I mean-
That's everything I need. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, I've never met your wife. She might be hideous. I'm
Like-
kidding.
she's afraid of horses?
She's not afraid of. Yeah, she's afraid of horses. Why am I trying to make up a? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, to be fair, check this out. Here's some more background.
Wait. Adam, hold up. Hi, Dio.
Mother-in-law got kicked in the face by a horse.
Hello.
Oh wow, damn! My sister rode a
Oh.
horse once, and it died while she was riding it. It was awesome.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Dude.
I mean,
It's 'cause she kept
they
stabbing
gotta
it.
die sometime, but that's a horrible time. Oh
But
my
you know
god.
those like merry-go-rounds full of like tiny horses, ponies, I guess is the word.
Oh,
Oh,
like
so
at
it's
like,
like
a,
at a
like a
fair?
fairground.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah, yeah. That happened to my
Little
sister when we were
Sebastian,
kids.
no.
We have to get playing. We have to introduce Dio. First of all, Dio, say hello.
Do you have to?
You have to.
Hello, I am Dio, extraordinaire.
Nice. And who are you playing today, Dio?
His nickname is Albatross, or sorry, code name is Albatross. He was Blam Blam.
Nice. All right. And with that being said, now, excuse me, I had to burp apparently. We will be beginning this game of Blades in the Dark. Last we left it I'm going to open up the journal. Ethan, I think it is, has been leaving some very good notes.
That's what I
Dude,
do in my professional life.
I'm so glad for that.
Yes. And so I'm going to read from them.
You better summarize them. There are
yeah,
too
I'm
many
gonna
notes to
summarize
just
them.
talk through all these.
So last week we met Albatross, a man with the alias Albatross, as he came from Tycheros. We learned just a hair about his story, and he approached the group in order to collect funds on behalf of Lord Skurlock. You guys made your first payment to Lord Skurlock there. I believe he invited you to participate in the community, which you chose to do by finding a target for your first score. You figured that you want to pick on the smaller of the few churches while you make a claim, gather some turf in this area of 6 towers, and so you staked out the Church of the Weeping Lady, which is a humanitarian church that offers healing services for people who can't afford to go to a proper physicor. And well, we managed to set up. What did we do, guys? Sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm reading all sorts of things.
Too many details
yes.
in there. I told you. I'm sorry.
I know. I don't know why I read it. I had it in my head. You ruined it, Ethan. No. And so you guys have decided that you are going to flex your muscles on the Church of Ecstasy, or not the Church of Ecstasy. Don't do that. You'll get killed. The Church of the Weeping Lady a little bit, by performing some sort of occult ritual to perhaps ward off the spirits that make the church function, to hold them more or less at ransom so that they start paying you. Does that sound more or less right? Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll figure out how it actually plays out.
They just pay me here.
Yeah. Albatross is just like, I'm showing up and pointing the gun at people. That's all I got to do. And then in order to make this happen, to make the score a little bit easier, Vay and Albatross are helping the Church of the Weeping Lady in order to bring healing services to the dockers that have been injured while there's a war going on in the docks, with the dock workers kind of versus the Leviathan hunters. I
wasn't 100% sure how that one actually finally landed, as far as like Albatross Dio, if you had decided to like come in with Vay to be as part of like the meeting of the dockers and the Weeping Lady head people, or if you were there with like Myri and Stormy in the actual church.
I think he was following you on the roofs.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Like I'm nowhere near. I am on a roof, pointing a gun in your direction, in case anything on your direction is getting dangerous.
Yeah. For the pinnacle, take the shot moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hope that happens. I hope that comes up.
Albatross takes no joy in his job.
No, but Dio does. Hopefully.
You gotta have joy in your job.
If the rolls are nice.
Yeah. Even if they're not, that's just exciting. But we did roll really well on our engagement roll, so you entered this score in a controlled position.
Because I didn't roll it.
That's right, you did not. And so
It's an important part of the process.
the way that works, just so you guys know, because I don't necessarily, I don't have the privilege of just describing everything to you. If you guys kind of tell me what you want to do, but the first obstacle that you guys would come across, you automatically succeed. That's what this engagement roll kind of is. So in the first score, because CJ rolled it, you guys were in a desperate position, and that's why the very first thing is I introduced a conflict at the top of the score. Here, you guys have the upper hand. You kind of automatically succeed at the first thing that you're trying to do, and then it's gonna, in the fiction, work out more or less, so that like you are in a control position. It's happening exactly the way that your characters imagined, and so we keep that in mind. Oh, go ahead, Tia.
So what you're saying is I have the high ground.
You do have the high ground. That did not help. That did not help poor Darth But it did help Obi-Wan Kenobi, so yeah.
That it did.
All right. And so with that being said, with that in mind, Vey, you are walking towards the bridge. Tell me a bit about the plan. You have this this group of probably about 6 of these women wearing all black, and they have veils on their faces. You have decided to help escort them across enemy lines, so to speak, to help these dockers. And so you are in the region of Barrow Cleft. You're gonna be heading north, and there's a bridge at the top that leads to like the western part of the docks. And you know that that's where you need to be. And you need, more importantly, to get these women over there. As you approach the bridge, you see 2 men wearing kind of like larger jackets, like very broad jackets with like big power suit shoulder pads.
Nice.
You know, and you would recognize that they are Leviathan hunters based on the color. One of them's wearing like a green kind of jacket, and the other one's wearing like a nice red jacket. But they have the Leviathan hunter symbols pinned to their chest.
Is there an actual like Leviathan hunter emblem?
There is an emblem, yes. Like they're like a guild or a clan, right? Like,
but I mean, like, is there one that I can see?
oh, that's a good question.
Well, you
don't-
can't-
Or
you're
even
not there,
myself.
but-
I would have a scope on him or anybody near him.
All right, if that's not readily available, I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
totally hijacked this. Yeah.
it is not readily available. I'll say that.
Okay.
But if you Google it, it might be there. But yes, like most of the factions have a symbol of some sort.
What was the faction again?
Leviathan Hunters.
So, the faction that you guys are actually making a move against proper is the Church of the Weeping Lady. But in order to do that, you guys have decided to distract the Church of the Weeping Lady by offering to assist them in another task that happens to be in the worst interests of the Leviathan Hunters. As that being said, you see these 2 men. They are watching the bridge, sort of, but they seem distracted currently. One of them is shakily holding onto a pipe, and he's trying to pack it full of tobacco. He's standing underneath like an awning or like an overstretched like roof, as it's raining currently, and my dogs are just going apeshit. Can you guys hear that?
Not
I
enough.
Heard a little,
you
yeah.
can talk
I
over
heard
it.
like
Go.
the semblance of it.
Sorry, that is going out of the. That'll probably get loose in the edit, but yes, one of them is shakily holding a pipe. Ugh.
Sorry.
One of them is
Whoops.
holding a pipe, and his hands are shaking as the other guy is talking to him. The one in the green coat puts his hand on the shoulder of the younger man in the red coat, who is trying his best to light his pipe, but it's raining, and it's the tobacco has gotten wet. And you are approaching. Tell me a bit about your plan here, Ethan. What are you planning to do?
Yeah.
to get-
So, let's say like initially, a few streets back when starting to walk with the women of the Weeping Lady, we're just kind of walking forward, and Vey has a quick conversation with them of like, hey, I want you to know that we're gonna do our best to get through here. Hopefully it's not gonna get too hairy. So the plan is pretty straightforward and simple. We're gonna get close. I'm gonna kind of tell you to sit back, kind of hang out just by the corner, and then I'm gonna go have a talk with these 2 brutes, with these brutes, whoever's up on this bridge, and we'll when things are in the clear, I'll wave you over, and I'll stick by you, and we'll make sure that we can get to the camp, and we can help out the who are the people on the other side?
The dockers.
That I care about. The dockers. Oh, we got to help out those poor dockers. So yeah, so that's the pitch, and kind of start off there. And so you would kind of set up the scenario before. So at that point, they approach. Vea's going to kind of, wave them over to the side, kind of keep them out of the conflict originally. He's going to walk up and, I'm like, oh, man, I don't know how you take this action, but...
Well, can I, you overhear a little bit of conversation.
Sure.
There's an old, he's not older, he's not like in his 60s, but he's like probably like late 30s, talking to a younger man. That's older than the other man, who is only probably in his early 20s. And the younger one, is sitting there, and you see that he's crying. And you just kind of hear the other one say, it's okay, man. It happens to the best of us. It's, we go away for a long time, and things change while we're gone. It's gonna be okay. And as you approach, they turn to you, and the younger one kind of wipes his eye, and he sniffles a bit, and he's just like, hey, hey, you.
Hello.
So
who goes there?
Vay will be kind of walking almost a little quick to kind of try to get himself out of the rain while he's gonna go ahead and pull out a pipe of his own with some tobacco and go, you wouldn't happen to have a light, would you? And he's gonna just kind of pack the pipe and look over how open are these two people to giving a light to a stranger.
You know what? In this instance, because of your controlled role, they agree. You kind of caught them off guard a little bit, especially the younger one that seems to have been crying. It's hard to tell. It is raining, but they wave you over. You step under the overhang with them.
Albatross is just seeing them trying to light a smoke in the middle of the rain and just questioning everything.
The rain hides his tears.
To be fair, people here would probably be pretty good at it, right?
Tears
Because it
in the
rains
rain.
a lot.
Oh, does it? Oh shit!
Yeah,
Just
there is
fucking,
a lot
special
does
lighters
both.
for it.
Yeah, and he doesn't offer you a lighter. It's like because it rains so much, it's almost like a little flint. So you kind of you spark it, and then you have like a little tool that works to stoke it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to describe it or what it's called, but it's a real thing that you can do with pipe tobacco. Is you can light it.
None of us are knowledgeable
Well,
enough to get too deep into it.
I hover it and just kind of point it down, just light it up like that. I've seen people smoke with pipes before, so on a rainy day. So it's actually it's interesting to watch.
It's a struggle.
Oh yeah. But yeah. So he offers you a light there, and you have this opportunity to talk with them.
Yeah, it's a miserable night we're having today night. Tell me what are you gents up to this day night?
Honestly, we're just watching the bridge. It's stuff's been going on at the docks. I don't know if you've been reading the papers or not, but we're just trying to make sure that people aren't causing trouble. We're supposed to keep the wrong people out of Barracleft, and the right people, making sure only the right people get in.
Good thing too. Well, seems like you're doing a good job. I can say that much. God, I gotta come up with a transition into the more emotional chats. If only there's a role for that or something.
There is. So sometimes what I like to do when I'm RPing is I'll make my charisma check or whatever check I'm making, and then based off of how good or bad I roll, then I start talking. Because sometimes you roll real shit, and you're just like, so what are you crying about, you bitch?
Stop.
It's like why be such a wuss?
Wow, a lot of bitches under this pavilion. Cool. So, oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say you don't have to role play it per se, but let's say, what are you trying to do?
Yeah. So at the moment, based off the scenario, I'm looking to gain either enough trust to have a distraction and shift them away, or actually, yeah, let's go with that one. So Vey is looking to, I don't know, cause a reason and be, I don't know, someone who's gonna be the guard with one other person type of deal. Like I want to make some distraction, have one guard go check, take out this one dude, and then have the women get across.
Okay. So yeah, you wanted them to abandon their post, more or less, right?
I guess that's it. Yeah, and so maybe we'll
Yeah.
get to that point later. But so for now, I figured what it would be: get to know them, get all close, and
Okay.
consort with them.
Okay, sounds like you're rolling a consort roll. So go ahead and make that roll. It's going to be standard effect.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll even say it's great effect. If all you're trying to do is to get them to like you more, and be more likely to listen to you when you actually start asking them to do things. Yeah, I'll say great effect, and you're in a control position.
All right, let's make some friends.
Friendship.
Partial.
All right, you got a partial success, and so, you start talking to them. You guys are having a conversation back and forth. The younger one seems grateful for the opportunity to just be distracted from whatever was upsetting him earlier. You can kind of tell that he is having troubles at home, but because you're a very keen individual, not necessarily because he's like forthright, just being like, this happened.
He's a very distressed body language, kind of like
yeah,
kind of like very very skittish, just kind of like.
But
I don't know.
There's a
old,
sniffle in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that sniffle, and every once in a while he does that thing where he's like, his voice starts to crack, it goes up a bit, and then he's like catches himself, and he's just like, oh no, and he drops down like a little lower than he should. That's natural for his voice.
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay.
My eyes are sweating.
A minor complication occurs. Yeah, so the older one seems a little less interested in the conversation. He maybe is kind of grateful that he doesn't have to be the one to listen to the other guy anymore. And his attention turns back to the bridge, and he seems perfectly content to keep his attention there as opposed to on the two of you.
Can I focus my attention on what's going on at the bridge?
Yes, absolutely. So on the bridge right now, it's kind of a weird time of night. Like there's not a lot of movement. There are people around the area, but nobody seems to be trying to cross the bridge right this moment. You know that Barrow Cleft has a large market, but it doesn't seem to be the kind of day where they're moving goods in between the docks and that market. You see like kind of a little bit hidden away in an alley, you see these 6 women that you're meant to escort. It would take them probably about a minute if they ran to get from where they are to the bridge, or like across the bridge. But then you kind of swivel your scope around, and you see that Vey is still talking with the one guy, but the other guy has his back and he's looking out onto the bridge. It's very dark, right? So there's like a lantern kind of on each end of the bridge, so that it's lit up, but he would have that he would have a very difficult time seeing out past that to see where those women are currently. Yeah. Is there anything that you would like to do to help right now?
I'm considering a distraction because
Yeah.
Because what I'm considering is from where I'm trying to kind of think of a map of where they're at. So they're kind of like at the very entrance of where you would go into the bridge, correct?
Yeah. So if you imagine that there's a bridge and the bridge is wide enough that like a cart can go across, so it's
Okay.
maybe like a car width and a half. And then within like 5 steps, there's like this overhang as there's like a building on the corner, just like a single story building. That's where they're kind of sitting, so they're able to see the entire bridge from where they are. The docks, a
And
lot of the houses are made out of wood. They're more recent construction. There's like a lot of like glass windows and just kind of small houses and stuff like that on this side of the road.
Is there any lanterns or anything that could start a fire?
Yeah, actually, always. If you want there to be a lantern that can start a fire, just go ahead and say that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
So on the opposite side, so what I'm seeing is that they have kind of like a guard tower that's kind of set up on the kind of what would be considered like the left side of the bridge itself.
It's not a guard tower. It's literally they're just standing on the street.
Okay. And but the women of the church are all on like their side, right?
Yeah,
They would be
they're
kinda
on the
like-
barrel clefs. They're on the barrel clef side. They're trying to get into the docks.
So on the opposite side, where what I'm trying to do is create an opportunity for them to go ahead and run by creating panic.
Okay.
Just kind of like a random sense of chaos that would be indistinguishable because they wouldn't be able to hear the fire shot, the shot of the actual gun being how far I am. But the real question is, would I make the shot?
That is the question, and that's what the action roll's for, right? So you are pretty far away.
Yeah.
We'll say that up the road a bit, like giving your vantage point, you can maybe see into the alley behind the building where Vay and the 2 guards are standing. And you do see that there's a lantern in someone's window. Like it's inside a house. And
Bingo.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, no, I think that's a good opportunity to create chaos. I'm gonna take a shot.
okay. So I am going to say that because of the distance that you're at, that you have a limited effect.
Let's see.
Now, I know that you have a special ability that allows you to kind of extend your range. And so basically, I'm saying if you want to improve the effect, you want to use that.
Yeah, I have sharpshooter. It says you can push yourself to do one of the following: make a
Yeah.
range attack at extreme distance beyond what's normal for the weapon, unleash a barrage of rapid fire that surprises the enemy. So I would take the distance and try to make the shot with that.
Okay. So yeah, you're gonna push yourself. So take 2 stress to do that.
Okay.
Perfect. And so that's gonna put you to standard effect. And then I'm gonna say it's risky. Because there's a good chance you miss the shot, and it's gonna cause a different effect than you had planned.
No. There's always a risk when you pull the trigger. Let's see.
Yeah. Declare what action you're using to make this. Generally, it would either be like a hunt or maybe a finesse roll, but hunt is kind of the gun skill.
I would definitely do a hunt then.
Okay. You've already pushed yourself to increase the effect.
And then it says I have 2 points in hunt.
Pardon?
And it
Yeah,
says
yeah.
it has like.
Yeah.
So what I just do the roll?
Yep, do the roll. Yeah,
Standard.
unless Ethan has a way that he thinks he can assist with this roll.
Well, which it kind of goes over to you, Dio. Is do you want another assist on this?
That would give you an additional die above the 2 that you're gonna roll.
I would think so. I think one thing we could have discussed is trying to make a distraction for the other church to come in and do what they need to do. The goal would be to try to get them across the bridge, correct? And
Yeah.
you're already technically trying to distract them, right?
Well, and so like if you want an assist, one thing I love this part because it's like, oh, Ethan, just improv what you could have done to make it easier. So for this, what I would have done if you're going, you're like trying to shoot into the lamp, is it's like, I can say that like, earlier in that day, Vay, went around and either it was throwing up posters or talking to people, but just kind of talking about how like, it's going to be a darker, kind of harder night. And so he just really kind of recommends people to turn up their lanterns, and kind of have more light going on, really kind of playing into the whole war and effort that's going on just right nearby, as far as between the Leviathan hunters and the Dockers, and just, you can turn your lamp up. Maybe, some of the Dockers will see that and be a little more inspired. So maybe the shot that you have is a little brighter and easier to see.
Good old propaganda. Good job.
Yeah. So give yourself an additional die for that assist there, Dio. So go ahead and make that roll with an additional die and improve.
So plus 1d?
Plus 1d, and you have standard effect, risky for standard effect.
All right. So hit the roll. Let's see what happens. I take this shot.
Big shot.
Oh, and you get a success. You did it.
I'm really happy we added a die to
Yes.
He takes the deep breath, looks at the lantern, pulls it steady, and fires the shot.
And you don't hit the lantern. You hit where the lantern connects at the top, and as it tumbles, the lid kind of flies open, and the lid, like the candle inside, falls out onto some sheets, and a fire starts. And it serves to be a proper distraction because there's some people inside you that you hear, like Vay, you hear like a woman scream. She's like, "Oh my God, it's a fire!" And whoa.
I'm gonna need more
Leviathan
lines
hunters-
from you, Aaron.
Yeah. Why is there a fire? What is?
Oh
fire?
no, there's a cat in the balcony. Somebody's gonna save the cat.
Yeah, and
Wait, is there cats in this game?
there are animals
I wasn't
in this world.
expecting that.
People eat cat. Like, to be honest, it's kind of like.
Oh shit! Not Mr. Mittens.
Well, you got to remember the average meal for people of Duskfall is like hagfish, which is one of the most disgusting looking things on the planet, or eels, or mushrooms. The mushrooms grow everywhere.
Oh shit!
Eel's not too bad though.
Eel is
I'm down.
amazing. I
Yeah.
love eel, but
Oh dude, saying barbecue is amazing.
yes.
Oh, dude, especially if you got that unagi sauce. Dude, I would drink
Hell
unagi
yeah!
You know who else would love a nagi sauce? That woman whose house is on fire.
Do you get enough
She's
unagi
like,
sauce
"Oh my
with the
God,
fire
my
right out?"
nuke sauce!"
Can I offer you some unagi sauce in these trying times?
Dude, yes.
And so the two Leviathan hunters, they react immediately. They run over to the scene.
Whoops.
And so with the sound of the screaming woman with who's concerned about her unagi sauce, Vay and what's his face, Albatross, they have successfully managed to at least clear the path. But we're gonna go across the city to where Myri and Jacob have a ladder pressed up against the side of a church, of the Church of the Weeping Lady, where you had previously discovered that there's like a shuttered window that you should be able to open. And sure enough, it's not difficult to do. You take a small stick or an object, whatever you got, and you flip the latch and you open up the windows. Looking inside, who's at the top of the ladder?
I think I was going in first because I'm lighter, and then help.
Yeah.
Mary would.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the
So you-
initial plan was to do like a finger interlocked finger hand boost
Oh,
to
okay.
get her up, and then her like reach down and pull me up.
Okay. So yeah, she's up there and she pulls out like a small, like one of her tinkering tools, and she just kind of runs it up the between the two frames of the window, and it opens up. And she's sitting on the windowsill, and she reaches down to help you up. And the two of you, I can see that there's probably about four figures. It's a little bit dark in here. All the lanterns are off currently.
Okay.
But there's 4 figures. You can hear some light snoring, a little bit of shuffling, and a couple of groans. You remember
this,
that there's
second
some
floor?
sick.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not on the second floor. There's only one main floor, right? So it's kind of like a big open church.
Oh, gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you said sick floor. I'm like, yeah, those are sick.
Yeah, but there's some sick beds on the floor, basically.
They're so sick.
Yeah.
Totally
Radical.
sick, bro. Shaka. All right.
All right, and that's what you have. You can see the outline of that statue still there.
Mhm.
Oddly enough, it's a little too dark. You can't see if that woman with all the belts is still there.
Can I don't know. I play a lot of Shadowrun, so can I astrally perceive with my my attune skill to look for ghost field stuff?
Yeah. Why don't you make? Yeah, if you want to use a tune to perceive, I would say that that's controlled. You don't necessarily know you're there. And I'll say for standard effects, so controlled for standard effect.
All right, let's go. Here we go. I got Fiverr.
Okay. So yes, you do see that there's 4 sleeping figures here. You can't tell that they're sleeping, but you can, like, from the attuning to the ghost field. You can see that again, like, you can kind of almost see just like they're almost like flames or just figures underneath the floor. You see that the figure in the statue that looked at you earlier seems to also be resting currently. It's at the very least, it's standing like the
Like a
statue actually is, with its hands over its eyes.
Okay.
And you do
he
see
kinda...
that the
Oh, sorry.
and you remember that there was like a woman kneeling before the statue, covered head to toe in belts. She's still there.
Oh God, that's fucking weird. All right, so we're still sitting up in this windowsill, I believe, on the upper level, and
Yes. Yeah.
so I imagine both of us are sitting in the same windowsill, kind of like straddling it. You know, like I've got one leg on the outside and one leg on the inside, and
Yeah.
you know, I've got one hand up and I'm hanging onto the window frame, and Jacob goes, "Oh, give me just a minute here. I can't quite see what's going on, and I want to pierce the veil, take a peek." So he kind of eases himself into his kind of relaxed state for a moment, rolls his eyes around, and then it's like one of those magic eye things. You got to kind of relax your eyes, you know, and then you see the schooner. But he does that for a moment, and he his eyes kind of cross a little bit, and he looks kind of doofy. But then it works, and he sees beyond the pale, and he sees the spiritual energy. It's like none of it's moving or all inactive. The weird one's still there though, before the statue.
Well, do you think she's going to be a problem?
I don't know. Hard to say. I mean,
You think we need to cause a distraction? Or do you think it's safe for me to get up there? I would really like to put my ward on that statue.
let's get down there. Be quiet. Careful.
Right. And so the two of you try to quietly sneak down and then probably across to the statue.
Yeah, so I do a thing where I hang down, and then she climbs down me like a weird, awkward ladder to get back down.
Okay. Do you guys want to make a roll of some kind to see if you can do this quietly enough? And to be fair, I would say that you could do this as a group action.
That's what I was asking him.
How does that work? How does a group action work?
So for all the characters that would be involved in this action, they make the same action roll. We accept the results of the best roll.
Okay.
And whoever has the best roll takes 1 point of stress for anyone who failed.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that. I want to try to study the best route to get there.
Okay. I will say that is risky.
Okay.
For limited effect. It's very dark in this room.
Okay. Even though I got my magic eyes.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to further bullshit you. Oh no!
Okay. But
let me.
but Myri also gets to make a study roll.
Okay.
Because you're doing this as a group action.
All right. You said risky.
Risky for limited. Now, you can still push this roll, assist each other in the roll. Like, you can still do all that stuff. So you can push for an additional die. You can push to increase the effect. You can actually you probably can assist each other because you're already doing the group action. I'll say that.
I do 2 stress, and I'm already gonna take 3 stress if I push myself.
No worries. I'm just saying that's what it is.
Sure.
So
It's going loud.
Thinking the risks. Double
okay.
fives.
Well, we got a partial success. There's a consequence, but you do it. You see the best route, and
take that.
yes, and your feet touch the floor. And Myra, you manage to kind of plot out the best route, and you duck behind like a pew. And it seems like no one sees you. Jacob goes to follow, and and Jacob, unfortunately, you knock over like a candelabra or something.
Okay.
But you quickly move. And so you manage to also be ducked behind that pew. You guys are currently unseen, but you can see in the darkness just the silhouette of this dark figure start to move, and it's clearly looking over towards where that candelabra was, which we'll say is about 10 feet away from where you are. And so you will end up in a desperate position.
Okay, so they're alert. They're moving around, they're searching.
Exactly.
Metal Gear.
And now we go back to the
Oh,
dock.
what was that sound?
The
Exactly,
two Leviathan hunters, they run off. The young one is like, "Hey man, come on.
Sorry, like come on to me, like having me go with them.
Yeah, he wants your help.
All right, so they will be a little deceptive here, but like yeah, like we gotta we gotta deal with that. Let's go. And then maybe as we start walking, I'm gonna kind of go just to the side of the bridge, going like, I'm just gonna let me grab some water, and he'll pick up maybe there's a bucket there on the side. He's gonna grab that, scoop that up that water, and hand it to the younger guy, who I'm assuming is kind of hanging back a little bit, as the older one's probably a little closer to the fire. And then there was a whole bunch of buckets over on that other street. I'll be right back. And they just kind of starts walking in a direction very quickly.
Fair enough. I just wanted to see what you were gonna do. You don't even have to roll for that. He's panicked enough. So yeah, you go to get these imaginary buckets, and you presumably meet up with these women.
Yeah, exactly. It was all a ruse, and
yes.
so he would go to the bridge and check to make sure that they're distracted enough, and just kind of like whistle them over and cross the bridge.
Okay. And so Albatross, going to you, you see Vey go back, and the 7 of them, there was 6 of these church ladies, and they kind of quickly dart past where you started the fire.
Albatross is going to, and you see a hawk start flying towards their direction.
Okay.
That's so cool. Your character's so cool.
He's so cool.
All right. And so
God, and handsome.
I want so cool, and you're so handsome. So Ethan, I either want you to make a fortune roll or some sort of roll that would yeah, basically I want to see what happens. Like, do you guys manage to make it far without being discovered?
Yeah, we can do that. I feel like fortune lines up well enough for that.
Yeah, okay. So make a fortune roll, give yourself a +1. So basically you're rolling 1d6.
All right. Fortune. Ooh.
Ooh.
Bad failure.
Oh,
That's
no.
a
It could be worse.
failure. So yeah, you have these church ladies and they're very conspicuous. Like they're wearing like these large like Bene Gesserit robes, for lack of a better description, these large black robes with like these ornate veils on their faces. Like there's no not knowing who they are. And yeah, the young guy comes out and he's like, "Oh, there you are. You got the buckets." And then he just sees you, but you're already past him. And so what do you do? So like if you imagine like you're moving north, you're on like the north side of the building that's on fire when he comes out of the alleyway looking for you.
Is he by himself?
That guy is, yes.
I take the shot.
Oh shit!
Okay. You're gonna shoot
Wild
the young
bitches.
man.
He shouldn't have walked out on his own.
Yeah, it's his fault,
He's
totally.
distracted, right? Like he's standing by himself, like nothing really like.
I mean, you know that there's another Leviathan hunter in the area.
But he wouldn't hear the shot, depending.
Are these lethal shots or just
I
mean, you
curious? Does
No, they're
Albatross have
beanbag
the option?
rounds.
I will say,
Okay. So lethality gives
Nerf
no
dart.
voice, so he wouldn't be able to.
yeah, Dio. did I
Absolutely,
explain to
I
you
shoot him
what
with a
the
Nerf
sp-
dot.
Did I explain to you what the spirit wardens are?
Spare warden? No, you have not.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
I totally
okay.
forgot that
Give,
shit happens.
wait.
Forgot
so
about
Explain this, please.
Okay, so
Oh,
there is
no.
a faction in this world called the Spirit Wardens. Their whole thing is to basically prevent ghosts from entering the city.
Yeah.
And so, in order to prevent murder from happening, which would cause a spirit to be released into the city because there's a dead person that they wasn't disposed of properly, probably. Whenever someone is murdered in the city, or really anytime someone dies, a group of crows will move on instinct to that part of the city, and the spirit wardens will not be far behind.
So they'll know where I'm at.
They'll
If
know
you
where
kill
the body
someone-
is.
Somebody dies, you're calling the spirit warden.
And mechanically, they're a tier 5 faction, I want to say.
Okay, so instead of actually killing the shit out of that guy, is there a mirror nearby? Like a window nearby, like where the fire's at?
Absolutely. And so, Dio,
gonna-
one of the things about this game is it's an improv exercise between you as the player and me as the GM.
So is
the way I
building- is it-
describe it
Mhm.
is that if you're in a room and a conversation's not going very well, and you think to yourself, "Man, I wish there was a vase that I could hit over this head."
better
in
yet,
D&D or Pathfinder, you would ask me if there's a vase. In Blades in the Dark, there is one.
so the building next to him where he's at, is it on fire? Because I would assume he would be next to where the fire's at.
The fire is maybe like 2 or 3 houses down.
I'm gonna shoot one of the windows where the fire is at. That should basically create so there's a science behind it. Yeah, exactly. Where it would basically make the fire start bursting out. That's gonna make a loud noise for sure.
Okay. And so that shot's a lot easier than hitting a lantern. So
Okay.
I'm going to say that is I'm gonna say controlled for standard effect. Like I don't really see too much going. Actually, no, I'm gonna say it's risky. For standard effect.
Okay.
And
I want to
you,
push myself.
Yes, and you will have to push yourself to make that shot.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
You're so far away.
Okay. Then I'm gonna make the shot. It's gonna be risky standard, no modifiers.
I'll give you a devil's bargain.
Ooh.
Devil's bargain. I can offer you something in the narrative that will happen whether you succeed or fail.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna say that someone innocent is gonna get injured.
Oh,
To
I
be
take the
fair,
shot.
we did start a fire, so like
I-
there is a little bit of injury going to happen.
We didn't.
Oh, that Toho, he's taking the shot. He doesn't care.
Okay. So yeah,
God
take your
bless.
+1 die. And yeah,
5 and a
Okay.
4.
so you got a partial success or a mixed success. Yeah, it's a mixed success in the book. I don't know why it says partial success here because it's a full success. Just something else happens.
All right.
So yeah, you do it. You hit it, and you hear screams, and then no screams, like a scream and then silence, and you also hear the older Leviathan hunter shouting. It's like, Ricky, get back here now. And he looks at you and he looks at the woman. He's clocked you. But he turns and he runs back down the alley. The complication is you've been marked.
Yeah, no, that's I was hoping they wouldn't have seen the women because at this point it was going to be we're just running in fear. But yeah, no, fair enough. So Vay's been clocked, but I mean the mission must go on. So Stoic,
Yeah.
we're gonna turn back and run and catch up with the women, and we're gonna go see how far or how close we can,
Yeah.
or if we can just get to the camp.
No worries. So yes, you the 7 of you start leading them down. You've probably already routed out the way you're going. And so yeah, we leave you on a vignette of you kind of go moving, leading this group of people as you move down these narrow alleyways on cobblestone roads, their heels clicking behind you. And we move back to the church. And there, you hear like the sound of belt buckles just like clicking
okay.
against these stone things as they slowly move around. They're moving towards where the window is. But you guys are maybe about 10 feet away from that behind a pew. And so if you want to think about it in terms of like The Last of Us, where like you can, they're right beside you, but they don't know where you are.
Oh, the clickers? Fuck, dude.
Well, okay, she's not a zombie, I'll say that much.
Isn't she though?
It's like
She wanted to.
Alright.
with human knowledge. It's like if you make one noise, guess what?
But yes, and so Myri and Jacob, you are kind of crouched down behind this pew. Again, it's very dark in here, so you can't quite see like where they're looking and stuff like that. And it's partially because like they're just covered head to toe in these brown and black belts, and so
They were designed by Tetsuya Nomura.
I don't know what that means. So this storm, is this happening here too?
it's raining. I wouldn't say it's storming.
Okay. So it's like a
Yeah.
casual rain?
It's a heavy rain, but there's no lightning.
Okay. All right. What if
I was gonna say I have to help you out. It's the designer for like Final Fantasy VII and like Kingdom Hearts.
Okay. Final
I know
Fantasy
you haven't
X
played
Part
the
2
games.
is the one. I think. I don't know.
But
Anyhow,
you've seen
So-
you've seen the covers.
whatever the one is where the chick's got the skirt made out of belts and like she's all like booby. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
They
this
will-
one's not so booby.
That's okay. As long as she's
The
got a skirt
woman-
made out of belts, I'm in. I don't know.
Yeah, go.
All right. So anyhow,
I have an idea for a flash.
A flashback.
Ooh.
Okay. CJ, what you got?
So knowing that we're trying to sneak in and be sneaky, and knowing that there's still gonna be people inside, and we want to handle this quietly, could I, using I have option of items of bandolier, blowgun, darts, and syringes. Could I have prepared tranquilizers ahead of time?
Yes, and so that's very interesting. So the blow dart. So yeah, I would say that slumber essence is a pretty basic alchemical thing that you could craft for free, more or less, as part of having a bandolier and being a leech.
Okay.
And then you can take the blow dart. So yeah, if you want to have a tranquilizer ready, give yourself 2 stress because you're utilizing a flashback and basically doing a crafting action. But I won't charge you coin or rep for it.
Okay. 2. Mari will look at Jacob.
How good of a shot are you?
That's not really my. Shh. No, he goes.
So mechanically, the
You
shot
are
can be
out.
taken with any action, right? It's just there's certain actions that are better suited for it.
Not the best, but I guess I'd take a shot.
Well, hold on. Let's think now. Well, now we gotta think.
You gotta be
I
quiet,
thought
he's
you
right
were
there.
a sailor man.
Sailors don't necessarily shoot things.
You're a Leviathan hunter. What do you? I assume you shoot at the
They just-
Leviathan.
They just clean the poop dick.
All right. Can I
I
use
drive
wreck
the
to wreck
boat.
her up?
I drive
Can
the
you use
boat. I
a
don't
what?
know how to shoot stuff.
Wreck to wreck her up. With the blowgun.
Wreck to wreck her day.
with the blowgun. I would say that that's maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe no.
But I will say this: if you want to change, if you want to use rec, and you want to change maybe what you did, if you check the bandolier, you pay the 2 points of stress. You could set a bomb up somewhere in the church
Oh shit.
as part of that flashback.
I got a way I can deal with this if you wanna get weird.
That noise is weird.
I would say like a finesse roll, a hunt roll. If you get really up close and you just stab her with the dart, maybe a skirmish. You know?
I got a Pippin.
You
I
just
got a
fucking
Pippin
chuck it in there.
Dude, it's like poking somebody with a like a pencil, like hey ha, gotcha.
I got a Pippin finesse, but
I mean, Jacob's right there. He could definitely assist.
he's-
Again, you can always push yourself.
I've only got 2 pips of stress.
Let me give this a shot here. Hold on.
I should also say, this person is a couple tiers above you guys. They're wearing armor, in quotations.
Armor belts. We've been over this.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of belts. Just
So
more
can
belts than normal.
Can I make it a
So-
smoke
More
bomb
buckle than
instead
down.
then?
Yeah, you're welcome to throw a smoke bomb. Yeah. That's something your character would kind of be aware of, right? It's just like, this person is less susceptible, and so I was gonna be mean, but I'm gonna be nice about it, just because I want you guys to move past this. It would have been, like desperate for no effect,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
and then you would have had to push yourself for it to have limited effect.
Can you push twice?
No.
Okay.
But you can, but that's just that, like that combination of things would work against somebody else in the church maybe, but not that person.
Gotcha.
Can I ask a question? How do flashbacks work?
So you they change the narrative. So you can just say you're doing a flashback. It means that you did something in the past that changes the fiction in some way. So it could be that like you dug a pit trap 3 days ago. If you want to say there's a pit trap in the room all of a sudden. It's not time travel. It doesn't change what's already been established, but it establishes new things in the fiction.
Basically, instead of us sitting here for like 5 hours being like, okay, then we do this and then this and this, it's like, instead it's saying like, oh, we already planned all this, but instead this is options because something came up. We're like, oh no, we planned for this and this is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And depending on how complex you make it, that's how much more stress you take in.
How about putting a bomb under the hinge of the door? And just having it set off.
Thing I could
Like-
do, but I don't think.
All right, well,
No.
we gotta
I think just roll a smoke bomb.
Yeah, that'd probably be.
Yeah, so give yourself the stress back for the flashback. You wouldn't need a flashback to have a smoke bomb. That's something that you could just have with the bandolier. And so, yeah, check off your bandolier and huck that smoke bomb. Yeah, make an action roll and tell me what it is. And kind of what you think would be appropriate here, there, Myri.
Can I use let me quickly read the description.
I will say maybe
Use
some...
Tinker.
Yeah, you can use Tinker. It's actually the first one I was going to recommend. Is basically, this is kind of a retroactive roll to see how well you made the
Potent it
smoke
is.
bomb.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna say this is desperate because you guys are in a desperate position. Like this thing will descend upon you, or this person, if you fuck up this roll. And I'm gonna say it has standard effect. It's gonna do what you want it to do, which is create a smoke screen, be a diversion.
I think I'm gonna take that stress back to push for a
Okay.
little extra die.
For an
Unless
extra
you'd
die.
like to. Yeah, she'd
I
already
mean,
learned it.
So, this is not rules as written, but it's what I like to do. I can offer you a devil's bargain as well, as giving you the push. So you can always ask me if I have a devil's bargain, if you want one.
Oh, you hand him out enough. That's fine.
Yeah, dude, you volunteer him all the time.
You get a piece of candy. You get a piece of candy.
Hey, how about
Use
I fuck
piece of
you
candy.
gently?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm curious to hear if you have one, just so I know my.
Yeah, I'll give you a devil's bargain.
Oh boy.
You're putting out a smoke screen. The sick people here are gonna start making noise. They're also gonna wake up.
No, I'll just take my one extra die.
Okay, make your roll. Let's see what happens. It's a success, so it goes exactly
Hey!
as you want it to. So that's risky for standard. Well, it was actually a desperate action there, Myri. So
Oh,
give
my
yourself and whenever you make a desperate action, give yourself
Check.
give yourself XP. In whatever skill is associated with Tinker, which I believe is Insight.
Insight, yeah.
Yeah, so you got 1 point of mix, but
Hey!
yeah, so so give yourself an XP in Insight. But that's whether you succeed or fail, by the way. And yeah, tell me, where does it go? What does it do? What does the smoke screen look like?
So Myri looks around from the pews, sees the lady in the belts, kind of angles it, holding it in her hands. She twists the knob on it, rolls it out from under the pew. It bumps against the lady's foot, and just immediately, just of gas just goes spraying, like aimed like right up at her face when she looks down at it, and just a nice like immediate of her, and kind of gently collapses upon the floor as mist kind of settles around her.
Yes. So yeah, her vision is obscured. and you guys have a moment here where you guys can kind of move a little bit quick. If you move quickly enough, you're not going to get seen.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
We'll get down.
That sounds like a good plan. Let's go.
Yeah.
And so, where are you guys moving to?
Well, I'm making a
Head
ghost
down.
word on that. You're okay. You can go down. I gotta make a ghost word on this statue.
Oh, you're
Okay.
gonna try to. Ooh.
Yeah. So, you move behind there, and because of your earlier reconnaissance, you kind of know where to look. There's like a trap door on the floor, but it's like very well painted to look like the stone around it. Like a scenic artist came in and made it.
Alright.
Fun fact, I actually used to do that. I was a scenic painter for a little bit.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
My wife's BFF did that for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like
but
make
yes, you-
secret doors.
Yeah, dude. No, she was a scenic artist. She would do stuff for like theatrical productions, and then eventually she was doing
Ooh.
things for like painting the floor at like a basketball court. I was gonna say arena.
That's big bucks. That's big bucks right
Oh
there.
yeah, dude. She made good money doing that, and now she works for Boeing.
Oh really?
Ooh, how's that
Not
working out
painting
for
it,
them?
Yeah, right? Oof.
Hmm.
Yeah, good luck over there. I mean, ooh. She's over there
That's-
designing airplane windows or something.
I mean, that's
not
not
her
too
thing.
bad as long as it's not the doors.
Oh, is it the doors that fell off, not the windows
Yeah,
that fell out? I don't know.
yeah.
Either way, didn't Boeing just get? Hey, by the way, this is turning into a thing. Didn't Boeing just get some sort of crazy like nuclear waste disposal agreement or something? Something weird.
What?
They got some kind of thing where it's like, didn't these guys just lose a bunch of airplanes? Like, what are we doing?
They lose a lot of stock too because of that issue with their plane, the doors.
Oh yeah, dude.
Hot.
But by the way, I'm sorry
Hmm.
about derailing. Let's get in this basement.
Yes, you lift the door. You nod to
Nice.
Myri, making sure that she can see where it is, so she can maybe join you when she's done. And you kind of slip under. Do you just like throw it down, let them know that you went in the basement, or do you do it gently?
I mean, this thing, I'm guessing like this is like a door that would like flip open.
Yes.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to lift it up so I can get in there, and then like prop something so that it's like ajar, like the equivalent of like sticking like a pencil or something in there, whatever, something just to keep it so it's like open a
Yeah.
little bit, so that when she wants to go down, it's right there, and she can just like stick her fingers in it and lift up. Like nothing.
So I'm not
like,
gonna make you
elaborate.
roll for it, but you should probably have something on your inventory that you could drop off there for it.
Oh
Like-
boy. Oh, but I didn't even mention that I'm wearing my spirit mask,
Yeah.
but I'm wearing it. So that's probably pretty cool. I sent a picture of what that looks like. It's like imagine, if you will, some sort of creepy, squid cultist type jam
Okay.
that he's
Okay.
wearing as a mask. And that allows him to just straight up see ghosts, I think.
Like a
So I
Davy
didn't even
Jones
need to do my
mask?
thing.
Oh, I did
no,
not
no,
know
no.
that you were
No,
wearing
it's-
that.
Yeah, like if you look in the log,
chat.
the text log, the text chat here, I got a picture of it. So it's like a hooded thing, and the mask hangs down, and it kind of looks a little Cthulhu, I think is the term, where it's got like a kind of like a ridgy gill kind of looking thing hanging over the mouth, and
kind of like a Mortal Kombat mask, but with like extra
a little
like.
bit, but
I was
kind
gonna go
of
with the size of it.
squiddy.
World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, that too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a Warcraft. But so this
But
mask
yes.
thing, this does a thing here. Hold on, let me see. I hover
Yeah.
over and it gives me a description. It
I
says,
have it here as well. Yeah.
"Oh, hit me! Yeah, hit me with that description."
An arcane item that allows the trained user to see supernatural energies in great detail. Also affords some measure of protection against ghostly possession.
Yeah, so I got that thing.
Yeah. And so yeah, actually, no, I didn't realize you were wearing a spirit mask, or else I would have given you a couple of details. The the statue itself, like while you're wearing that spirit mask, kind of like
Mm.
before when you saw it turn its attention to you, there's a figure inside of the statue that
Okay.
moves kind of freely outside the realm. So even though the statue itself looks like what was on the landing page there, like
Mhm.
that, like a woman with
Yeah.
angel wings and she's covering her face. Currently, it is doing the same thing, but you've seen it move during the day. Otherwise, it
Okay.
seems to pay attention to people around it.
Okay. But like right now, it seems dormant still.
Yes, for now.
So, but yeah, I got looking at my inventory. I've got a couple of things in there. I guess I could kind of use to pop this open instead of using something in the environment. I guess I would.
Or you can move something in the environment, like but
Yeah.
you only have a couple seconds here, right? Like so.
Yeah, it's like whatever's on the ground. Like I mean, it could be anything like a book
The
that's on
candelabra
the
that
floor,
you spilled over.
candelabra that I tripped over, like one of the candles out
Yeah.
of there that blew out. You know, I
You were
think that's
sitting
probably
by
the
a
best. The
pew.
candle that blew out.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So you grab a candelabra that was maybe sitting on the edge of the pew. And as
Be
you
my
move,
guest. Be my guest. Be my.
as you move, you
Yeah,
lift it
I
up
got
and you
Lumiere.
prop it open. Yep, that's
Yeah,
fine.
so I just
You-
props in, and I go, I'm going down. I'm gonna prop it up. See you on the underside, and I'm gonna slip
Okay.
down what I imagine is a ladder down into the basement situation.
actually very narrow stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna go down the stairs narrowly.
Yeah. And it's kind of I don't know if you've ever been in a castle, but they have like those very narrow stairs that like are hard to walk down. Like as a big guy, I have trouble walking in there, but I've done it before.
You know what? I have been in a couple of castles. So yeah, dude. Especially okay. So I went to Notre Dame, right? This is like the year before it caught on fire, and like, dude, when you try to
Oh,
go
shit.
up those spiral staircases, like, dude, it's tight. It's real fucking tight. Like I would imagine
That's
if I was trying to
exactly
go
what
up
this
that
is.
and there was like an armed dude inside trying to fight me off, there's no way in hell I could get up there.
Well, that's why they're like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what this is, right? Like this is you would know, like as someone who lives in Duskfall, a lot of the city is kind of built off of infrastructure that was there before, especially in Six Towers.
Okay.
Right. So this is
It's,
like,
like,
a
ancient.
garrison. Yes. And so yeah, like you're going down these stairs. It is very tight. Like you at points have to turn sideways to kind of get
Oh,
down the
that tight.
spiral
Holy
shaped
shit.
stairs.
Okay. Dude, is it real dank?
No, actually, it smells
dry?
like incense.
Oh, but I mean,
Like, you
like,
can
is it
smell-
like humid, like damp? Like,
Oh, so nice.
No,
It's like a spa.
no, it's
like
this,
like-
this part is very well built.
dry darkness.
Smells like wormwood.
It is so dry. You're so dry. You're like, man, my skin's gonna flake.
With window,
got it.
sandalwood, some lavender.
Got some moisturizer on my bandolier for you.
All right,
Some
Flashback.
of that O'Keefe's working hand stuff.
all right,
As long
guys.
as it doesn't smell like cherry blossoms.
There we go. And
I
like
don't
cherry
understand the
blossoms,
reference.
I don't
Lilac
either.
and gooseberry.
Like lilac, gooseberries, and cherry blossoms, Jacob makes his way down the stairs. By the way, that's my new thing. I'm just gonna come every time you guys derail. I'm gonna come back with a worse segue than the previous one.
Oh no.
Dude, let's go. I am
Um,
gonna challenge
Like a gooseberry, you come tumbling down the stairs.
you. Dude, nailed it. You fucking nailed it.
And yeah, you come out into this wide room. It's like it's a catacomb, is exactly what it is, but it's been
Oh.
repurposed. Instead of corpses laying everywhere, they have
it
like
like
spirit
earthen?
jars. No, it's kind of like Skyrim, right? Like you know how like the Draugr are just like
Okay.
laying in stone shelves.
Yeah, so it's like hewn stone.
Yes, it's hewn stone.
Nice.
Um,
dude, that's cool.
And so as you entered into this like catacombs area, you haven't made enough noise that they've noticed you, but there is a couple of people down here.
Oh,
You recognize them as like the whalers. They're playing cards,
oh, okay.
Got their union.
like
break.
on the far side of the room, which is like probably about 50 feet wide, but it's completely open currently. But they're playing cards down here. you see kind of on the left and the right are just shelves of these spirit jars, and because you're wearing your spirit mask, you can see that most of them, but maybe not all of them, are full.
Okay, so these are probably kind of look like lava lamps or something, right? I would imagine if I've got the spirit vision going on.
Yeah, like you can see like a figure inside, kind of like the art of the.
Oh, so there's it looks like Tinkerbell's trapped inside of each of these.
Yeah, except that like they're, instead of Tinkerbell being like aggressively or like just kind of pounding against the glass, it's like a figure will just like extend its like maw and just rub itself against the glass, and like little scratches on the inside of these glass jars.
Like
that's
the
fucking
electric
grim.
gremlin in Gremlins 2.
Exactly
Doors
like
trapped
that.
on hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Gremlins.
I
2.
haven't
Alright.
seen that movie in so long.
Let's all watch
Yes.
Gremlins 2.
Let's watch Gremlins 2.
Yeah. All right. So anyhow,
Yes, and so
now
that's
I'm,
where
I'm just thinking about Gremlins. I'm sorry.
and that's
So
where
okay, so I see all these
where-
jars.
Yeah.
I don't have it listed on my character sheet, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you that my character's wearing like a satchel, like
yeah, that's fine.
like think like Temple of Doom, right? Where he's got like the satchel that he's got the stones in, and like I want to discreetly start snatching these guys up. Like it's totally
Okay.
not part of the plan, but like now it is.
Absolutely, you know that this is valuable, incredibly valuable.
Myri would absolutely give you a thumbs up to do it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like start kind of like grabbing them and like very gently putting them into my satchel while staying on the download. So I think finesse probably.
Probably, but I'm gonna have you hold off for a second because we're gonna look at the other two before we have you come back and make your rolls, because that could be.
Okay.
Probably.
Well, I just want to make sure that Ethan and Dio
Yeah. Oh yeah.
have their time as well.
I'm in.
And
I'm in.
and so we go to Vey. You are leading these women through these narrow streets, and then Albatross, you are watching from a distance. Your hawk is following them, presumably.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, like Vey, you can hear like this hawk kind of like its wings beat occasionally, and it kind of swoops low and then it disappears out of sight for a while, and then it swings back. You've never seen this hawk before, but it doesn't seem to be trying to hurt you. You know what? Why don't you roll me a fortune roll there?
Albatross.
Dio, yeah, Albatross, yeah. Fortune roll.
Both correct.
Yeah. You're rolling 2d6. Take the lowest.
2d6. Let's see. Where would it be in the regular dice? Let's see, dice. 2.
Was I supposed to roll 2 last time? I rolled
It's
No, I gave you a +1.
You said it's a
because
fortune
you're
roll.
with a higher tier faction.
You said it's a
yeah.
You said it's a fortune roll.
A fortune roll. So it's not on your character sheet. Just roll 2d6. Yeah.
Oh,
So
got it.
okay, it's a failure.
Okay,
Okay.
I got a
So
part
I am
success.
going to. Where the hell? How do I do this again? Sorry, I put a clock onto the sheet, but I have to figure something out here before I do that. And so there's a clock. 3 segments of it are up. Albatross, you can see this from where you are. The young Leviathan hunter is sounding some kind of alarm, like he's like ringing a bell. And you see him run off over towards where you know that Vey and the women are. Now, Vey and the women have like a significant lead. Because they were distracted by the fire. But I have a clock here called the Leviathan Hunter's Move. It's a 4-segment clock, and 3 segments of it are filled out. When that 4th segment comes in, the Leviathan Hunters are going to move against your group, Vey's group. Albatross is far enough away that he is more or less safe unless he starts doing some really obvious shit. But yeah, Albatross, radios have not been invented yet, so you will not have a way to communicate this today, but you see it.
We need a distraction
Um,
for our distraction.
For the bridge, the one that they're running across. How's would I be able to
No,
shoot the
they're
wood?
way past the bridge now.
Okay.
They're like, you can kind of see them. It's hard because you're so far away, and as they move
But-
further into the docks, and they're moving down these alleyways that are like not the main path, you're having trouble seeing them consistently. But you can see that there's this young Leviathan hunter that's moving and causing a ruckus.
But for the Leviathan hunter that's chasing them, it's himself.
Yes.
He's running on the bridge himself. He's running on the bridge itself, right?
No, he's running down a street. So the bridge was not like this huge monolithic bridge. It was like they literally there was a bridge and they were watching the bridge. They've moved past the bridge now.
So he's right behind the tail, right?
Okay, I'm gonna open the journal entry so you could see the map. Underworld district. They are in the docks, and so show players. Okay, can you see the map that just popped up?
Oh.
There it
oh,
is.
I see. Okay, perfect.
Okay, so you guys entered from over on the left side. It's called Devil's Bridge. Devil's Bridge. And you guys have moved north. And so they are kind of in the middle of this fish market area, I think is
Okay.
what that says.
Where's Devil's Bridge?
The bottom
On the
left.
bottom left.
Oh,
I
I see.
see. I see here. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like very bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, the very bottom left. So you guys came in from the south. The goal basically is to head as far west, like where that black line that kind of cuts through the word fish market is. That's where
Okay.
Bay is taking them.
I would be in one of the buildings up above, just pretty far away. Let's see.
Well, you're
And
in
they try to-
Barrowcleft. Like you're in a different district on the other side of the water. That's presumably how far away you'd have to be to have not alerted them.
Okay.
So like keep that in mind. Like you're losing sight of Bay and the girls occasionally as they move like through like these like narrow alleyways between houses.
But they've already made it past the Devil's Bridge.
Yeah, way
They're-
past.
So they're,
I can't
so they're-
ping it, but they're probably where the word fish is.
So they're so because I'm seeing where Devil's Bridge is, also like around Fish Market.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Okay, perfect. So I'm not on Fish Market side. I'm the other side, basically where Devil's Bridge is, but like just underside of it.
That
Yes.
shadowy area.
Okay. But the goal was to get him into that area. They're in there. They're being chased.
Well, he's still on the main street, so you have sight on this guy who's ringing like a bell. He's making a commotion, and he's clearly trying to call for reinforcements.
I shoot for a non-artery. Something that would
Okay.
basically wound, but
I am starting to get Albatross.
Okay. Albatross, you are welcome to make that shot. What I'm gonna say is it's I have two options here, right? Because I can have you make it, and I can have it be a desperate action, and if you fail, you kill him. Or I can have it be for limited effect. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm
I
gonna say
get
it's risky. I'm gonna say it's risky for limited effect. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to silence this guy.
Yeah.
But without killing him. And your only tool that you're using to do this is a gun. You kind of see what the issue is there, right? Like,
All you gotta do
There's
is just
one
shoot
way-
him in the mouth.
yeah, like, and I mean, like, absolutely, like, you can try and shoot his jaw off if that's what you want to do, but he's still ringing a bell. Like this is gonna be
If you
a
disable the hand,
tricky.
your
what
foe
if I
cannot
shoot
hit
the
button.
actual hinge for the bell?
That'll
You could
make a
shoot
lot
the
of noise.
Yeah, I mean, you could shoot his hand, you can shoot the bell. Like, and we can just roll and see how that does, and you can describe it accordingly. I'm just gonna say again, it's limited effect.
Can I?
Yeah.
Dude, what if you like ricochet a shot and like blast the clapper off of the bell?
Ooh, wait, like inside of the bell?
Yeah.
Well, he's got it up
That'd
in
be
the
a
air.
hell of a shot.
I mean, that's the beauty of
ricochets,
this
baby.
game.
The ricochet. You blast
Yeah.
the clapper off the bell,
Ultimately,
and then when the dude goes to ring it, it just there's nothing inside to make the noise.
I think that would spook him enough to be like, maybe I don't keep following people.
and it might be enough for him to realize that there's someone else who has a gun that he can't see, and that it might draw his attention away from the man who's clearly not trying to hurt him right now.
That'd be too much of a giveaway. Is
mean,
there
you're
a
far-
lamp? Wait, is there another lamp near him?
You just
The
light the
lamp
whole
and
fucking
it.
town on fire.
Second
Yes,
first,
you
same as
can
the
see
first.
you can see some street
A
lamps.
little
Now
bit
the thing
hotter, a
about
little bit
street
worse.
lamps is they're powered by electroplasm, so
Hmm.
they're not. It's not a candle. You won't be able to start a fire with it, but there are like electric lamps that are powered by ghost blood.
Oh shit!
Um,
But is ghost blood conductive enough?
it's like the most conductive substance on the planet. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! So it's just like it's even worse than a spark. It's gonna set a whole fire off. Shit. Yeah, I take the shot.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see if you want to try and start a fire. Okay. This is desperate. I'm gonna say this is desperate because if you mess this shot up, if you don't do exactly what you're planning on doing right now, the Leviathan hunters are on the move. Okay. So this is a desperate action. Good news, you get to roll. You get to add XP once you make your roll. Bad news is that I'm gonna say again.
This is the job.
I'm gonna say it's limited effect. Again, it limited effect in this instance. You're not gonna, if you fully succeed, you're not gonna tick up that clock. That's ultimately what's at risk here. Is that clock's gonna tick up?
Okay. So limited, risky, and no dice.
No, it's desperate for limited effect.
That's for limited effect.
Yeah, and to even make the shot, you're gonna have to push because
Let's see.
with your special ability, right?
I've already taken the distress.
Okay. And I don't think I got a devil's bargain for you right now. So
Don't miss the shot.
You got no pressure or anything. Just if you fuck up, you die.
no, Vay
Well,
dies.
well,
That's the best part.
Yeah.
No, I meant Dio. Dio. Not his character.
Dead for real.
He'll come
Dio
get
dies
you.
in real
Yeah.
life. You got the success. So
Hey, yo, baby, I'm a good shot.
yeah. So yeah. Describe to
Hey,
me what happens. What the bullet comes. You're not
With
going
all
to
of it-
start a fire with this, but you are going to distract this guy long enough that it's not he maybe is going to stop and pause and think about what he's doing, think about what's going on around him.
Consider his life choice.
With all of the expertise he's had with being a sniper, he essentially shoots one of the lanterns that are on the building next to him, and another fire starts. But then it ricochets through and rings the bell for him. But it's gonna be a louder noise that he's used to. But it's just gonna be one ring, and then after that, he gets to choose whatever he wants to do after that. But it's gonna be louder than he's ever heard before.
Okay, so you ricochet a bullet that's on fire?
No, the bullet hits the lantern he wants to hit to start a fire in a building next to it. Ricochets off of whatever is in the area there onto wherever the bell's at, and then it rings it super loud where he's at, enough to kind of like throw him off.
Okay, what I'm gonna say is instead of that, and instead of the ricocheting off the lantern, you manage to just thread the needle, and you knock the clapper off the bell.
Oh yeah!
I'm gonna say that.
Thread it.
Now that doesn't stop him from yelling. It doesn't stop him from moving and maybe like just talking to people.
But now he has to do extra work.
Yeah, for this moment, and like you said, it is loud. He holds his hands over his ears. You can kind of see off in the distance. Like Albatross can't hear this, but maybe Vay, you do. You just hear you hear the bell going, and then all of a sudden you just hear one very loud resonating sound off in the distance. Vay, you hit the end of where alleys are going to help keep you hidden, and you have a stretch to run. To get
Albatross has a big smile on his face.
Yeah. You know that there's kind of like a checkpoint, and so like you can even see it. You've probably talked to the dockers to let them know that you're coming. Because otherwise they might have like opened fire on you when you came. But you can see that there's like 6 guys. They're sitting on barrels. They have like shoddy looking rifles kind of just around them or in their hands or on their back. And they're kind of just looking out onto the streets. Presumably that this is like the headquarters or the base of operations for the dockers.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of have a straightaway between where you are, and it's probably about 5 city blocks.
Okay, no, that's fair. So, in my head, I figured this was like jumping right into chatting with the people at the docks. We've done this before where it's like being far away. Am I good to just say that, like, we just continue walking there, and I guess maybe you tell me whether or not there is a conflict in there that needs to be dealt with, otherwise...
I'm gonna say that you and the women start to sprint down this road, and we're gonna take a break here because it's about time for our break, and I think this is a good spot to take it. And we're going to come back and finish up this score in about 5 minutes, guys. We good with that?
I'm going to go
finish the score in 5 minutes.
PB.
Yeah, no worries. I got to do that too. That's part of the reason why this is happening.
I gotta do the PPs.
No worries. Ladies and gentlemen at home, enjoy an RC Cola. Enjoy a Dr. Pepper. But enjoy the RC Cola more than the Dr. Pepper.
And if you're in New York, we're sorry you can't have RC Cola. They don't have it there.
That wasn't the cutoff already? We were still recording? I can't believe you did that to us.
To be fair, the whole break is technically recorded and I just edited it out.
Oh, but now we're in the edited part. Is that it?
No. Now we are.
Oh.
All right, seeing if you...
Oh, shit. I'll be right back.
All right, guys, we have work to do. We have things going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that ad break. We've been, it was pointed out that our ad breaks just kind of dropped randomly mid-sentence, like in the the show. And so Chris has been made aware that that's a thing, and has made a point to actually have ads happen when we go on break. Which is part of
that's cool.
Yeah, so that it doesn't just happen like randomly in the middle of like someone's sentence.
Yeah, I mean it's only been going on forever.
For about 3 years, yeah. But
that's an upgrade.
Yeah. So I
Good.
Yeah. So yes. Welcome back from that lovely advertisement. Unless it's like one of those random ones that was just unpleasant. It's not our fault. They're targeted.
They're like regional. So like I get all sorts of gambling stuff. I had a guy that was like, I can't believe you're advertising for the Border Patrol. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't hear that at all.
It's like, yeah, no, that's not a thing where I am.
What are you listening to that's got him advertising Border Patrol for you? Maybe it's on you.
Okay.
I don't know.
But yeah, hopefully you didn't have to listen to a Border Patrol ad.
Keep those Canadians up where they belong.
That's fucking right. Yeah, no, we don't want to go down there, and you shouldn't enforce
Yeah, that's
that.
fair.
Bella.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Actually,
It's weird
real
down
quick,
here.
Dragon's Creek Gaming, Adam and I and Chris and a bunch of the other guys are going to Gen Con this year. So if you want to see our lovely faces, you want to play in some games run by us, check us out. We're running events on the Gen Con website, which I think is going to be dropping by the time this comes out.
And
I
what are you
think
guys
that's
gonna
right.
be
I think
playing?
it opens up beginning of May is when event registration starts.
Yes, and I think this episode will come out probably like around like May 5th or something.
Hell yeah. Can I plug my events?
Yeah, go ahead.
Fuck
Ew.
yeah. My name's Adam. Hello, you might know me from right here. I'm running a couple of events at Gen Con. There's 2 Dungeon Crawl Classic events. Those are going to be bigger ones for, I think I've got it set up for like a 6-person table. They're 0 level funnels, so you get to run multiple like absolute chump characters that are all going to die. But you can meet some people, play Dungeon Crawl Classics. It's an awesome game. The other 2 are Shadowrun ones. So if you had listened to Shadowrun Pay Data, one of them, super special, one-time only thing. It's only going to be at Gen Con, and it's like Thursday in the morning. It's called the Kingdom Kerfuffle. It's for people, for 4 people. You get to play as the characters that were in the Kingdom during the 2 for the show event. So you get to experience that. That's going to be like a one-time only. No one else is ever going to get to play that. It's just going to be the people that are at this thing at Gen Con. Super, super cool, super special. Check it out. I think I'm charging something like a crazy like $10 to be involved in it. So like go for it. The other one is another Shadowrun game called 2 Days to Retirement. If you guys are avid followers of Shadowrun podcast stuff, somewhere in the near future, you'll be able to listen to that adventure being played with some cool people. But that is something that's going to be a special thing too. And sign up for them so that way I can get into Gen Con for free. Otherwise, on Saturday and Sunday, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing yet. It's going to be assigned to me, but part of the Catalyst demo team doing some Shadowrun stuff for the man. So check it out. I'll be there. I think I get to get a cool bowling shirt from Catalyst Game Labs. Also, look out for me in Shadowrun costume.
Fair
That's going to be a
enough.
thing.
I'm excited. I have to share a house. Well, I don't have to share a house. I get to share a house with Adam.
Oh,
so I'll
dude,
get
it's going to smell like farts.
It shouldn't. There's a shower there.
no.
Use it.
Oh, no, I'm not going to. No, farts.
Get
Farts.
Axe
not-
body
Oh.
spray.
Definitely
fair
not. Yeah, farts and Axe body spray. Exactly. So I'm gonna
All right.
fart and be like, "Sorry, guys," and blast it with some Phoenix Axe body spray.
Whoops.
Yeah.
It's like a bouquet of awful things.
But yes. Yeah. Well, we'll both be at Gen Con. I'll pitch my stuff probably on the next episode because I don't have a good description handy. And Adams was so professional that I feel intimidated.
It's gonna smell like farts. Come on down.
I know it won't smell like farts, but I am playing both Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I've done conversions for Weeby Goblins and Weeby Goblins 2, which I'm running for 4 players for each of those games. Those are both happening on, I believe, Wednesday. And then on the Thursday, I'm running RuneQuest Adventures in Glorantha, which is the 4th edition RuneQuest rule set. I'm just running the starter kit for
6th?
that. No, it's 4th. It's
I
4th
think
edition
4th.
RuneQuest. 4th edition.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had to look it up for Gen Con. But yes, yeah, it's 4th edition RuneQuest. We'll be playing that, and yeah, we'll be running that. Running basically the same scenario twice on the Thursday. So you can sign up for that as well. Just look up Dragon's Creek Gaming because Chris has got some cool stuff too. That I wish I wasn't.
Sean from Paydad is doing some stuff too. I think.
Oh, yeah, he's doing
Scar might
Warforged.
be out there.
Yeah, Scar's
And,
gonna be there. Yep.
He is going to be there. Cool. Also, if you check it out, Chuck from As the Sixth World Turns is going to be coming out with us too and doing some games.
Oh yes.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna be a full house, and it's gonna smell like my farts.
Okay. Speaking of farts, like a fart in the wind, Myri.
And
Alright, that's-
and
Have a good night, guys. I'm out. That's it.
I tell you, they're gonna get worse as they go. Yeah, like a fart in the wind, Myri is crouched behind the statue in the church of the
Ghost
Weeping
farts.
Lady.
Oh my god.
I guess the fart could have been the smoke cloud that I'm about to describe, but it's not.
Ah.
Myri's the fart.
Like the stink
And-
bomb in the wind.
Yeah, and you see that this smoke bomb has kind of billowed out, and like it's like a mist just kind of descending upon and spreading out over like the floor. And so like you can see it approaching, and it's gonna kind of hit you about shoulder level there, Myri. But this creature or this person, you're not really sure. It looks like a person. It's not like abnormally sized,
It's
but
the amount that you keep calling it a creature is making me very anxious.
to be honest, I just play a lot of RPGs, and like things are just called creatures when they're people. Enemies are just
I
called
hope
creatures.
that's
Not
the
an
case, and
incorrect
this is-
definition, but it's a strange one to use.
Yeah. This person is again on the move. They're but they're moving more rapidly. You kind of see them like vaulting over pews.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like they're running, like they're sprinting around the room now, looking
Ooh.
for this person
The belt.
with the
person?
belts. The belt
I
person.
thought they got sprayed with the trank gas in the face.
You didn't say it was trank gas.
I said it was
Ooh.
trank.
You said it was a smoke bomb.
Oh.
I said I wanted a tranquilizer dart, and then you're like, and I was like, oh,
Oh,
can I make it a bomb? And
okay. Okay, so then I'm gonna have them make a fortune roll to see if they go unconscious. That's how I'm gonna resolve this right now. It's a
I thought it was just like a visual distraction. The fact that it's trank gas, way cool.
yeah, that definitely changes things. I'm sorry, I misunderstood that, Myri. I apologize to Myri. CJ.
CJ, get fucked.
All right, guys. This is a tier 2 fortune roll to see how quickly this tranquilizer gas takes effect.
Oh, super quick. Come on, baby.
Oh wait, that's not what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Okay, it's a mixed success. They are still moving, but instead of sprinting and vaulting all over the place, they're shambling towards the statue. You haven't maybe been spotted, but they're looking for something. So, and they know that there's the entrance they're supposed to be guarding is over by where you all happen to be right now.
Okay.
It's a, and so yeah, you have a bit of time here. I will just say that this will pay off in the sense that like if you have to interact with this person, it's gonna make it a lot easier. Because they're tranquilized. But you have a moment here with the statue. What is Myri doing?
Oh, she's gonna move with the statue. Then that's ghost word time.
All right.
Oh yeah, smash it
yeah.
up.
And so you have your arcane implements, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now Ghost Ward is a rec roll. And
Yep.
so let's get one of them going. Let's get a rec roll going.
Okay.
You're gonna rickroll it? I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
It's a rec roll. I'm gonna say it's desperate. I'm gonna say it's desperate. You're but for standard effect.
Okay.
It's gonna do what you want it to do. Don't worry, I will not offer you a devil's bargain that will cause this entire district to be consumed by goats.
Oh, shit.
This time.
This time, maybe next time. And I also know you're probably going for the opposite effect anyway.
Oh
so-
yeah, we're going for Anthema.
Yes.
I never know how to pronounce it because the extra A always throws me off.
Anathema.
Anathema.
Yes. But yes, so go ahead and make your rec roll and then we'll describe it based off of how it
Hey.
worked. Okay,
Eh.
mixed success. Okay. So you can hear the shambling. The belt is like there's like a belt buckle like on her foot, and it's dragging across the stone, and you can hear it getting closer and closer as you kind of look and you see like the disbursement of mist. This like figure comes through the mist, and it's getting closer to you. You can see it, and you know that you have a moment. And so, Myri, what does it look like when you're doing this ghost ward?
I think this time, because last time we said that we mixed in a bit of that sea salt into it, a little bit of blood. So I think she came prepared this time with a bit of like paint, kind of, in like a little jar that she said like sticks her fingers in and then like smears this like kind of paint on the statue into the certain glyphs in certain positions.
Okay. And so yeah, you very quickly kind of make these symbols, and you can feel it in that moment. And you would think that the threat would be this belt woman that's walking towards you, but it's not. By the time she gets to you, she passes out and she falls unconscious, like right beside you.
Nice.
But you did roll a partial success, and this was a desperate roll, so make sure that you gave yourself experience.
That.
We have a serious complication here, which is that you just pushed the spirit out of the statue.
Oh shit.
And you can hear it, and Jacob can hear it, and the two women downstairs can hear it. And the guy who lives next door is like, what the fuck is that? Because he can also hear it. As you see like a woman, like a ghostly woman, come spilling out of the statue, and like
does it
like
cry
a lot
her
of
out?
ghosts. Yeah, and she starts wailing. And I need you to make a resistance roll, Jacob and Myri.
Oh no. All right, so I got a couple of things. I got some stuff. Hold on. Let me bring up my character sheet. I got my ghost mask. My spirit mask.
Okay, this is to resist the fear effect. And so, Myri, you don't have to make a resistance roll. I should say this. You can just take that you are absolutely pants-shittingly terrified right now. Because
specifically pants shittingly.
you don't actually have to shit your pants, I promise.
No, you shit the pants. Shit the pants.
But like, yeah, like this is like not just a regular spirit. This is like one of the most terrifying spirits ever. Yeah, like I'll just say that. Like this is a very powerful spirit. It's almost physical. And you can tell because as it's being propelled and pushed away from the statue, its claws are tearing up the stone underneath it.
Oh
and it's wailing and screaming at you, kind of like a banshee. And so yes, you are feared. And this level of fear would be basically you're like paralyzed with fear. I'm going to give you a level 3 harm.
Oh, fun.
But a temporary one.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, you don't have to go to a physiker to get rid of this. There's just the scene has to end.
Okay.
So that is what you have, or you can roll a resistance roll, which means you take 6 stress, roll, you're to resist, and hope that you don't get traumatized.
I only have 2 pips of stress left. I can't risk that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you won't die. I'll tell you that much.
I
You
won't
will
die.
not
I'll just get
How many
trauma.
traumas? You can get 4 traumas?
You can get 4 traumas. Come on, Mary. That's not so bad.
Yeah.
Trauma. All the cool kids are getting trauma these.
Yo.
So what?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What's the whole harm? I mean, so I want to say really quickly.
So if
There's
you go,
an item. There's an item called Spirit Bane Charm. I don't know if that would help, but I feel like that's a thing
I got one of those
want in
too.
this situation.
It will help in the sense that ghosts prefer to avoid it. Now this, I'll just say this: this is like a boss level character.
Yeah, that's what.
A,
Yeah.
a simple no load item will have some effect in that she will be more inclined to be angry at you for having one in her presence. But she's not gonna like not attack you because of this. Now she's not going to attack you. Like I'll just say this: you are not going to be attacked because she's being magically propelled outside of the building.
Yeah.
Because of what you did.
Mhm.
The complication is that there is like a fear aura that permeates like the blocks surrounding this building.
Oh, so it's gonna fuck with a lot. You gotta settle down.
I know.
Like
Ghost
you
Ward
go,
is a
you go
very
from
powerful
0
ability.
to catastrophe. Like
For me?
there is no like mild destruction. It's just a total destruction from mountain to shore, just like Gargamel.
Myri
Shit.
mild.
Ghost Ward is a rec roll, and I think it's a very powerful ability, and it should reflect. It should reflect accordingly.
Okay, so what's the
That's my
deal with
opinion.
the harm? You said the three
So if you click on the little blood droplets,
yeah.
you can fill in a level 3 harm, level 2. You get 2 level 1 harms, 2 level 2 harms, and 1 level 3 harm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And on level 3 harm, you would just type in fear.
Okay, and what would that?
Well, basically, it means that for you to do anything, you need help
Okay.
for the rest of this score. You are paralyzed in fear, is narratively what's happening.
And then
And so until someone comes in and helps you, you are stuck.
and if I get trauma,
Um,
my check goes all the way up to trauma.
if you get trauma, then you would be basically your character is out of the score. They're still physically there, and Jacob will have to make sure that you escape with them, or your character runs out the building or something. Like you can't be involved in the score anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But and you take a trauma,
Yeah.
but you survive it to be another day.
Sounds little like both are the same. I think I'll just take the.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, to be fair, the score is getting close to an end, so
Yeah. I'll take the fear.
okay. Yeah, right. Fear or paralyzed in fear, whatever you like in your level 3 slot there. We know what that is. Jacob, what are you doing?
Well, I was gonna be stealing all of these spirit jars that were down here.
That's why I didn't let you do it.
Yeah, that's fair. So with all of that stuff going on, I'm guessing these two that are coming are probably gonna try to head this way to go up and see what's going on up there, huh?
Actually, they also have to roll. But they succeed on their resistance rolls, so they it affects them. You have a little bit of time here, Jacob. Like they definitely notice something's going on. But yeah, they pass their fear effect. But what are you doing when you hear this scream that makes your heart want to stop beating?
Yeah, no, I don't want to. Well, you know what? The heart wants what it wants. I'm just gonna let it stop.
Okay, you're
No, that's a joke. That's a
Okay.
joke. That's a joke. No. That's a joke. That's a total joke. No, the heart is an idiot and doesn't know what it wants. That's why the brain is here to really overthink things. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna scoop as many of these things into my satchel as I can with just like a quick sweep of the arm, and God, if these guys are headed my way, I'm gonna grab a couple of these spirit jars and just like huck them at these guys.
Adam, are you making a resistance roll to not be feared?
I was really hoping you were gonna forget about that. How do I do that?
So you would pick, in this case, I'll let you pick between insight, prowess, and resolve. But you got to roll one of those, take 6 stress, reduce the amount of stress by the result of your resistance roll. Either way, you will not succumb to this effect.
All right, let's go. So no modifier, right?
No modifier on resistance roll. Nope. So 5.
Nice.
So I take 1 stress.
Yep. You take 1
I'll take it.
stress.
Not bad.
Yeah. And you're a Leviathan hunter, right? Like you've probably have fought things that do this regularly. In the past, so it makes sense. It's never
I'm
easy,
not much of a
but it's
fighter.
not.
But you know, I've encountered these things.
Yeah. And so you were saying before I interrupted.
So I want to like sweep a bunch of these bottles into my satchel, clumsily. I
Make
was
a
gonna try to
fortune
do
roll.
it sneaky like. Oh boy. All right. Yeah. How do I do that?
So you roll 2 dice and take the lower. Is the quickest way
Okay.
to do it. Okay.
Tree.
3. Okay. I'll keep that in mind when I'm doing payout.
Cool.
Alright.
So I'm gonna swipe a
you-
couple of them into the satchel, and then I want to grab, like off of this shelf, this I think niche is the right word, and grab like 1 or 2 of them and just like huck them in the direction of these guys, because I would imagine they would shatter and let a ghost out, and that's probably gonna be distracting and cover my exit.
Absolutely. Make an action roll. Make an action roll.
I'm gonna call that well, I'm gonna, you know what? That's probably not gonna be finesse. That's probably gonna be like I guess maybe wreck. Even though I'm not trained in it, I'm gonna say wreck.
Yeah, I would say it's probably a wreck as well.
It sure as hell will be.
and so,
All right, what
yeah.
am I doing? Risky, desperate,
It's
Standard
risky
roll.
for standard effect.
risky standard. Here we go.
It's a fail.
Trash. Total failure.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Alright,
What do I do? There's a thing I can do. Can I stress my guy out to try again? How do I do this?
No, you can't do that, but you can resist the consequence I'm about to give you. And so I'm gonna say that it works to a certain degree in the sense that you release a spirit, but you go to throw it and you knock it, like you knock one of them over. You're moving really quickly, right? Like you swipe some, you go to throw one, and it hits the ground and the spirit comes out, and you're closer than you intended to be. And so this spirit, it first kind of lashes out towards you, and you're gonna suffer a level 1 harm, called Spirit Burn.
Yeah, sure.
But
We'll
then
let it ride.
the spirit is also doing that to the other 2 people here.
Okay, so I've got armor. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, I would say that's totally relevant. If you're popping up armor, that's exactly what it's for. You just check it off, and then you reduce harm by 1 level.
How do I check off
because
my armor?
you already did.
I did.
Yeah, you've checked it off, and then you just have to mark it as used, which I think on this character sheet is under your harm. So instead of taking the harm, you just click off armor.
Oh, I see. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, and that's just to remind you can't use it again. But you are wearing armor that protects you. Like narratively now, I know that you're wearing armor. And so then if something like this happens again, it would reduce the scale of harm.
Okay. So I'm good.
You're good. Yeah, you can continue
Cool.
your action.
Okay. So yeah, just scoop an armful of them into the bag. I go to grab one of these jars to throw it, and when I'm grabbing it, I fumble and knock one of them down, and it shatters and releases a ghost right on top of me. And this ghost is it's like an old man, and he appears like, you know, ethereal but like rotten. He's got like a handlebar mustache, and you know he like yawns forth at me and passes through me, and my guy shudders a little bit but takes none of this burn, and then he wings another one of these jars down there, and it goes off and releases another similar ghost down by those guys. And then I'm gonna rush up the stairs as best I can, as quickly and carefully as I can, but more quickly than carefully.
Yeah, and I won't make you roll to do that. you hear the sounds of conflict below, and I'm gonna start a clock in a second here. It's a 4-segment clock called chased. Okay. And I'm going to mark one of them off because it's really a 3-segment clock. Putting some pressure on you guys.
Okay.
And I'm throwing that there so I can keep track of it.
Running.
Okay. So yes, you go up and you see Myri, and Myri is if you don't mind me saying, Myri, is sobbing, like, and like that's part of the magical effect. It's of like this ghost scream, and you see it. It's tearing up the stone as it's being drawn towards the front door. This large, like, it looks like the woman with the angel wings and everything, and just like with these like huge claws that are probably like the size of like a mastiff. Like the entire hand is the size of a dog.
Oh, I thought you meant like a dog's claws. I was like, it's pretty big, but size of an actual dog? That's really big.
Yes.
The size of a big dog.
And I will just take a moment to hear, this is the score. If you want to capture their deity, it's right there.
Dude, let's go. Let's snatch up this god ghost.
But you see Myri there, and basically, I'll just say, like, Myri needs help in the sense that, like, if she wants to continue acting, you're gonna have to move together.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
gonna become like a 3-legged.
It's up to
race
you.
type of thing.
Myri
Like,
can't
just
do shit right now. She's just sitting there crying.
2 zip ties, 1 person after that. You know.
Yeah. And so
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
leave the two of you there, and we'll move to Vey and Albatross over to the docks.
CJ's getting just
Mauled by
manhandled
a
by this
cat.
cat.
That's what you
Oh,
get.
there's the cat's butthole right on the face. All right. Thanks, cat.
And so where we left you, Vey, you have about 5 city blocks between you and the checkpoint where you know that you'll be safe.
Yeah. So when we last left, there was a heavy encouragement to go in and just start sprinting this way.
To be fair, that I did say that, but it's your character and you can do anything you want. But this is an open alleyway.
Well, and also, like, you know, there is that 4 o'clock that is 3 ticks through. So it's one of those, maybe trying to minimize the amount of time spent until we get to not, you know, safe, but at least, you know, a different type of conflict with other people is maybe advantageous. So yeah, they would go and they would be running as a group to get there as quickly as possible.
Okay, and so I want you to make an action roll. And I will say that this is something that, the risk here is that noise has been made. This is a well-known area. Like the Leviathan hunters know that this is where the checkpoint is. It's probably being watched. That last segment is very likely to be filled and introduce new problems into the.
Yeah. So you said action roll. Is that like picking
that's
one of them, you mean, or?
Yep. One that you think would make sense, and basically I'm going to give you your risk and I'm going to set your risk and reward based on your risk and effect based off of which one you choose.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like Prowl is kind of the one that fits mostly with like trying to get somewhere. Prowl seems it's a bit more covert, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there a better one for running more in the open?
Not necessarily. I think that it's a prowess roll, which is kind of like your physical roll. I think Prowl in this case makes sense. You are still trying to maintain like a certain level of quietness. It's not like you're being like actively chased by people with guns or something. Like you're just trying to move quickly as you can with this group of women. And so yeah,
Okay.
give me a prowl roll.
He said risky with standard effect.
Actually, because it's a prowl roll, I'm gonna say it is risky with standard effect. That's kind of the default there. I think that's a good spot.
All right, let's roll.
All right.
Partial.
Partial success. You guys make it. You maybe have like a block and a half to go, and you hear it. The sounds of boots hitting the cobblestones. And you turn your shoulder, and you see it, an albatross through your sights. You can see it. Way off in Barrow Cleft. You can see that there's about 5 of Leviathan hunters. They come out. One of them's carrying like a saber. And then there's 3 more behind them that you can't quite see what they're carrying. But none of them seem to be having like, they don't have like rifles or guns or anything necessarily.
Hmm.
Now I know what Albatross wants to do.
Yeah, what
so-
does Albatross want to do? No one can stop you. You're really far away.
No one can stop you.
5 men all walking across a bridge. Hmm.
They're not across a bridge. This is a street.
The street itself. Okay.
Yeah, this is like very far away from the bridge. Like we've left the bridge a very long time ago.
So where on the map are they then? They're by the.
So if you look at the docks, so basically, where it says fish market,
Mhm.
you see how there's that black line?
Yeah.
They had to move from where the F on fish market is all the way down to the left side. Like if they follow left, like kind of southwest, towards like that end of that street. That's where the checkpoint is.
Like around.
No, just straight.
Okay, so fish market. Would you be able to mark it off or exactly where it's at on the map, or?
Okay, see, like where the word fish market is.
Mhm.
You see how there's a black, like a thicker black line heading
Yeah.
southwest from there. That is the distance that they had to run.
And where it says Moray Place or something like that.
Sorry, I am not wearing my glasses, and this picture is not as large as I would like it to be. So I cannot tell you. There's the letter F in the word fish market. There's a black line that heads southwest from there.
Mhm.
They have to head to the end of that line towards where where the smaller docks are.
Okay, and they're around that area. Hmm.
They're
On top of that building.
they're basically past that that larger alleyway that separates the black line,
Hmm.
and the Leviathan hunters are coming in from that side.
Hmm. Creating another fire would be suspicious.
Yeah. I definitely think some sense of variety might help spice this up a little bit. But
Yeah, and if you don't have something that you know you want to do, you could save your action, or like it's not really action, but like you can make an assist roll if Vay has something he wants to do. It's not an assist roll even; it's just you assist and give him an extra die.
Yeah.
So
Well-
if either of you have a plan, like put it out there.
so what I'm wondering with this current situation, if this is something where we are close enough that, like, you know, can send the, you know, the healers forward and ask for help from the current dock guards to make it maybe a bit more of an even fight, and then having Albatross provide backup support when it comes into that fight, might be how I would try to take it. So I feel like word.
Can I
can't
make a
really
recommendation?
Yeah.
You have the ability to stop where you are. You're close enough that the dockers have stood up. They're aiming their guns down the alley as they see the Leviathan hunters come out. The women are continuing without you. Give me a command roll.
I like that. All right, we'll do a default command roll.
Well, actually, before you do that, we'll maybe not count this one.
Yeah.
Did Albatross want to help? Make his presence known?
Not just yet.
Okay. So yeah, we'll roll with what you have there. So you, yeah, I would say it's risky for standard. So yeah, they hesitate, they stop. A complication occurs. One of the dockers gets nervous and fires off the gun.
Oh!
They don't shoot anyone, but like kind of it whizzes past your shoulder and it whizzes past the Leviathan hunters and a glass window shatters, and tensions are higher than ever. The Leviathan hunters charge towards Vay.
Not even a chance for a speech, eh? All right. Cool. So, yeah, well, I guess if that's the case, I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that Vay was going to be getting his hands dirty. Yeah, so I guess I should give myself some equipment and start fighting.
Once the fighting seems like it's about to get started, Albatross will start taking shots.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me kind of where you're planning to shoot, who you're planning to shoot, and then make your roll.
He'll aim for the back line. Whoever's like furthest back charging towards Vay, that's who he's gonna fire for.
Okay.
Try to avoid getting as much attention as possible.
Okay. And are you aiming for a headshot? Like, are you trying to kill this guy?
No. Anything to try to stop them from being able to charge in and hurt Vay.
Okay. Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me whatever action roll you're gonna give me, and we'll set position and effect. I'm assuming you're gonna do a hunt again.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna set this to be risky.
Yep.
For limited effect. Because you have a fine rifle.
Yep.
But these guys, they are seasoned veterans, they're warriors, and they're wearing armor.
Okay. Would I be able to push it to do sharpshooter?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, you would.
All right, I'm pushing it. So would I get an extra dice, or would it be
Actually, one of the other effects on sharpshooter might actually be really handy right now. Where is it?
Oh, unleash a barrage of rapid fire to suppress the enemy.
Yeah. Did you want to do that? Because then I'll set the position to standard, because you can do that.
Absolutely, just fire a bunch of shots to try to kind of get everything to panic.
Yeah, and I'll say because and so just you've already pushed yourself so you took that stress. You're not going to hit anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. It's risky, and it's for standard effect.
And no extra dice?
Devil's bargain. Yeah, I'll give you a devil's bargain. No, actually, I won't, because I don't want to be that mean just yet. I was gonna be like, oh, you can shoot Vay if you want.
Just for fun.
All right, so I'm gonna roll it. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
Hey, lucky dice today, baby.
Oh yeah.
Good rolls.
So Vay, you turn and with determination you maybe didn't know you had, you were ready to face down these four men who come charging at you, and all of a sudden just gunfire from way off in the distance comes, and it just pings against windows and the stone or the cobblestones below you, and they divert real quick. They make for the alley, and they take cover.
This is where they hired me.
So let me maybe get the scenario clear. Has everyone diverted, including the leader with the saber? Like, is this like?
Yeah, the four of them, and he was just the one in front. He's not necessarily a leader. But yeah, the one with the saber, they were all kind of like moving towards you with intent to kill, and as like bullets came in, their training kicked in and they took cover. So they're not moving towards you right now, but they're on the street with you still. But they have to cross an alleyway, and Albatross has managed to kind of ping that alleyway. He's just firing bullet after bullet between them, so they're hesitant to move towards you.
Like very well timed shots that are just kind of being like, okay, we can't move until they're like reloading, but it's enough to be like, but when's the next shot coming?
Fair enough. Well, seizing the opportunity and the needing of not to fight, Vey, who has pulled out a blade, actually resheathes it and pivots and makes a bolt for the line of dock workers.
Okay, and I'm gonna say you make it. The Leviathan hunters, no, like, they're at war with the dockers. The dockers, if they get too close to that checkpoint, like, the dockers will start firing on them. And you catch up with the other ones there. Albatross, you can see after you stop firing, they kind of skittishly make their way up through the alleys, and they seem to be avoiding. They've kind of pinpointed the direction that you were firing from. Just being skilled combatants. Some of them are ex-military, right? Like, so they know like you're coming from the south, but you must be pretty far away because they can't see you. And so you have successfully managed to get them to where they need to be.
Mission accomplished.
You want to say anything to anyone before we go back to the other ones as you cross the checkpoint?
Right.
Oh, go ahead.
Albatross, noticing that they start making it towards the target, will just have a scope out, but start putting away the gun.
Vey, once he gets past the front line of people shooting, maybe meets up again with the women, and I'm assuming that there are a few dock worker soldiers around, and just kind of like, hell of a lot of effort in order to keep a bunch of healers out. I can definitely see how they want to stop you from getting stronger, and maybe at that point the healer kind of comes back and is like, well, like it's not about getting stronger, but we're here to ease the suffering and provide this path to redemption, not enabling more violence, and
yes,
I don't know, that'll hold them off a little bit. Maybe we'll fade to black.
All right, we'll fade to black on that. You take a well-deserved rest, and probably watch over these women as they work. And we go back to the church, where things are not nearly that calm.
No, it's totally cash. Totally cash. Nobody's shooting in here, so we're good.
Just have a screaming daddy ghost. Whatever. It's fine.
And so Myri is sitting there in effigy of the Weeping Lady herself, or the Weeping Lady herself, with tears streaming down her face, and she's shaking in fear. You're right behind her there, Jacob, and this spirit is being pulled or pushed out of the building. The spirit jars inside you are rattling, like the inside your satchel are rattling. You can hear that as well.
Like they're vibrating in there?
Yeah, like they're trying to escape.
They're like, oh shit!
They want out. Of course they do. Oh man. All right. So,
do you want to capture her? Or do you want to get the fuck out?
I do. I totally want. I've got 2 spirit bottles. I got my ghost fishing rod.
You get the flask.
I gotta try to get him in the flask. I guess Jacob, as he comes out and he sees this predicament, he's gonna try to get Myri put his hands on her shoulder, and try to shake her out of this situation real quick. And if that doesn't work out, You know what? I'm gonna roll command. I'm gonna try to snap Myri out of this. Can I do that?
Yeah, I think that's
All
that's as good a thing as any. And I
Okay.
will say that this is risky for standard
Okay.
effect. It's going to do what you're going to do. There's factors at play here that can go wrong.
Like that? Oh, it's the worst possible roll. I got a one.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Myri, you can feel it and you want to, like earnestly you want to snap out of it. You feel, but you just can't. And the door, the trap door behind you, like slams open. It was probably already open because Jacob just came up. He wasn't trying to
I would
hide.
imagine as I was coming out of it, it would probably, like the candle that was propped in it probably fell in and like it dropped down and shut all the way.
Okay. Well, you see it slam open and the whalers approach behind. And so basically, yeah, the whalers are part of the scene now. That's the bad that happened. You are in a
We're gonna have to do
desperate
this the hard way.
position.
Alright.
And unfortunately, Myri is
Down for the count.
out of it. Well, she's not down for the count. Basically, if you want her to come with you and do stuff, you have to carry her with you. Like, you're gonna have to drag her along with you.
But I'll still be able to do things?
Yeah, you'll still be able to do things. It's like in the
if we're
narrative,
like
right?
saying, hey, like, okay, grab my arm, let's go.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna definitely be that. So it's like I'm got the hands on the shoulders and I'm shaking and like no response, still locked in this transfixed, I guess. And the thing flips open and they're like, we don't have time for this. We gotta get going. I'm gonna grab lever one of the arms away from her face and like sling over the shoulder, kind of doing that kind of carry, where like a three-legged race kind of carry. Shit, we're not in a position where I can really go after this ghost. So yeah, I guess and this thing's getting
Are the whalers attacking us, or are they just kind of like, oh shit?
They burst up. They're trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
yeah.
Like, because they didn't know that you did this when they turned around. Yeah.
Well, and also like Myra is able to do things. It's just it will be at a disadvantage because there is like
narratively speaking, now you're starting to come to. You can feel like that you're being carried, and you almost like in Saving Private Ryan when the bombs are going off. You're kind of phasing in between like this intense fear that you're feeling and then like, what the fuck is that? Who are they? Like, so you're able to act at this point. It's going to affect it's going to make everything a little riskier because like you're not fully cognizant.
Okay, so I guess start trying to drag her away, and once these whalers pop out, you're like, damn, bro, we gotta get out of here. Then I'm gonna grab Myra by the face and be like, you gotta run. So like you got this whole thing, like everything's kind of like, and then just like my face appears in your face, like, you gotta run. And
I agree. Yeah.
And I'm gonna kind of shove in the direction of out, and then I'm gonna deploy my ghost stick.
All right. If you're planning to use that ghost stick, give me an action roll.
Okay. So I'm gonna deploy it, and I'm gonna try to use finesse to. From my understanding, this thing, it's like one of those like dog catcher sticks with the like lasso-y thing on the end of it. But
that's how I think
like
of it, yeah.
for snatching ghosts. So
yeah, kind of. The way I imagine it works is it has like an arc shape to it, and kind of like an arc welder, electroplasmic like lightning kind of shoots in between.
I saw this thing about this like crazy medieval weapon where it has like it's like a circle and then it's got like a spring lock thing, so that it's like when someone's like on a horse, whatever, you grab them in and their head gets like stuck in there, you pull them off the horse.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Just
and
snapped
that
her
is kind
goddamn
of how
neck
I
on the way
imagine
down.
it works. Because
Oh,
like
that
yeah,
is
like
scary.
the part of it that interacts with ghosts is the electroplasmic current that runs through it. That's what a lightning hook is.
Yeah, it's called a man
So-
catcher, the thing that you're talking about.
Yes.
Ugh.
And so yeah, I like to imagine that's a like.
Yep, there it is, man catcher. So okay, I guess
Chat?
yeah. Ugh. So
Oh.
I would love to have that around my neck with those barbs in there. That looks comfortable. So basically, he was holding on to it and he flicks and like it extends and then starts crackling and then I'm gonna twirl it a little bit and I'm gonna swing the butt end of it and try to sweep the leg out from underneath one of these guys and send him tumbling back down where he came from. So I'm gonna make a finesse
Okay.
roll.
Okay, make a finesse roll. It's risky. It's risky for standard effect. These are not trained combatants. These are occultists.
God,
But
trash.
fail.
What do I do? I hate that. Can I make it better? How do I make it better?
Unfortunately, you can't. Now that being said, you did just roll it. You did not push yourself. That's something to keep in mind, and you can try again, right?
Oh,
What
how does this push work? Dude, I've got no attention span.
Okay. So if generally before you make the roll, but we are kind of new to the game. But generally before you make the roll, you would spend 2 stress to push yourself to give yourself either 1 additional die or to increase the effect.
Okay,
If someone's going to assist you, like you set all that up before you make the roll.
Okay, can I roll?
But if you would
Can
have
I
pushed
spend the 2
yourself,
and add another die?
yes, in this instance you can.
How about a
Unfortunately,
2?
that's
Bad die for you.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Yeah. Ugh.
And so yeah, you go to do that, but having Myri on your back, it's just harder to move.
Oh, she's on the
and
way
she-
already. I already
I want to say he
yelled
told
in
me
her
to
face.
run.
Oh,
He
right.
yelled in my face and told me to run,
Okay, well,
which Myri would 100% be doing.
that's fair. Well, then it's completely your own fault. And
Yeah, totally on me entirely.
You go to turn
I
around,
swing, I
and
swing
she
for
was
the leg
just
and no good. I just totally miss. My guy's not a fighter. He's not a
Yeah.
lover either. I don't know
And-
what he is.
they miss, and the whalers they're not carrying weapons. And they're not whaling even, like that's just their job title. But the 2 women kind of panicked and not sure what to do, but understanding that it's probably expected that they stop you from escaping. They try to grab you, and so they're going to grab your arms, like you have like one of these women on each of your arms. Now this is something you can resist.
All right. Okay. What do I do? I can. It's probably a prowess try thing. To
Yeah,
get
I
out
would
of
say
there.
it's a prowess.
All right, I suck at that. So let's go.
So it's you take 6 stress minus what you roll here.
Okay. So let's go. Rolling it. 6.
All right.
0 stress.
Fuck yeah!
Hey.
Here
They're
it
not
is.
fighters either.
Bless.
And so they
Everyone's
go to grab, and you just kind of shove them off of you. And Myri and Jacob, like you guys have this scene before you. There's these 2 women. They're not fighters. They like you realize that they're not really much threat to you, other than that they're going to slow you down, Jacob.
Okay.
And this spirit is almost at the door, being shoved out of the building. Myri, what are you doing?
Jacob yelled in her face to run, so she wants to get out of this building. That's what she's doing.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's the door. You'd have to run past the spirit to get to the door, and the spirit is quite large, so like that would actually be very difficult to do. But you also have the option of jumping through one of the windows if you want. You can shatter through a stained glass window.
Can I
That sounds pretty cool.
be smart about it and break it with something first and then jump through?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
What are you thinking of doing?
Yeah, let's jump out of those windows then, 'cause I'm not going through the front door. I'm not gonna go towards the thing that freaks me.
And so yeah, like you maybe do one of those action movies, like you You jump
Grab
on the
one of those
pew.
candelabras and smash the window. Get out. Like I said,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Give me a roll. Give me a roll to see how spectacular this is. I'll say
Okay.
it's controlled, for standard effect. But give me a roll. Maybe
I'll
a
have to
wreck.
wreck.
Yeah.
Mari loves to wreck.
Larry loves to wreck.
Yeah.
You said it was a what?
A wreck roll. It's controlled, for standard effect.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But
so yeah,
in that
it
case,
works
I'm
as-
gonna do the action hero burst out of a window.
Yeah, so
Three-point land.
You're you have like those long like combat boots, right? That's what
Oh,
she
yeah.
wears. Hands to the side of the pew, and like just the boot hits the wood, and like it kind of reverberates, and then Myri leaps, and she kind of spins in the air, and her back hits the stained glass, and it just shatters in slow motion as these images that they work so hard to create just fall to pieces around you, and you land in the grass outside the church. And now we go back to Jacob. Jacob, you are there. The two women there, again, they look scared. They are experiencing the fear, kind of the same that you can feel. Like it is like just incredibly oppressive coming from this wailing beast of an angel.
And it's heading outside.
It's heading out. It's being pushed out the front door.
Okay, so it's kind of like a in space, like getting like blown out kind of situation.
You know what? Yeah, I didn't describe that very well. It's being pushed by the thing, but it's almost like there's like a storm, like a wind storm, like pushing it away. So like it's not affecting you at all. You don't feel this wind at all.
It's the ghost
But-
winds.
Yeah, but you can see into the spirit field, and like there is like these powerful like waves of like ghost energy of some kind.
Okay.
And each time it hits, like her hair is like flying back, her wings are flying back.
Okay.
Yeah, and
All right. So
and the doors are open.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go for it.
Pokeball back.
I'm gonna throw ghost ball. No, I'm not gonna do that.
So-
Here's what I'm gonna do. I wanna. Yep. You say thing. Go for it.
Well, I was just gonna say, this to me feels like a perfect time. I still have one more foresight, and so if we're talking about having pushed it out of the front of the building, then like, I feel like that's absolutely, we can kind of Ghostbusters this type of thing.
I would actually say that foresight would be great for the assist, but if you want to say that there's a trap outside to capture this ghost, that's a flashback.
All right, can we do a group flashback?
Someone has to take the stress for doing the flashback. You can definitely like help each other in flashbacks because
How
there's
much
usually an
stress
action
is
roll.
2?
In this case, it would definitely be a 2, but depending on what you describe, there might be other costs.
Yeah, I'll do it. So check this out. I'm gonna spend my 2. Blam blam. Getting ready. You know, we knew this was the plan, right? We're gonna try to drive this thing out, and it's gonna go out, and it's gonna go out through that front door. And the timing was right. You know, everybody's inside that's gonna be inside. Everybody's out that's gonna be out. There's not any kind of possibility of people going in or out while we're doing our op. So I want to rig up before we headed in on that front door, because I assume that that's the direction it's going to go. Basically, like at a head height, like a garrote wire kind of situation, except, you know, it's like a copper
Left,
wire.
Yeah.
What's it? Yeah, copper wire
Yeah,
at like
like a-
neck height. That's got one of my. I've got these ectoplasm. There's ectoplasm everywhere. Electroplasm vials rigged up with it, so it's got like a ghost taser.
Okay. I am going to have you guys can do it as a group roll. You can do it yourself. Someone's got to give me a tinker roll to craft this.
Well, I got my master tinker right here. That's why it was us. It had to be us.
Yes. And so,
Okay.
pay 1 rep or 1 coin for the downtime action of crafting this.
The copper wire?
Not the copper wire, but crafting it
Okay,
like
yeah.
as a. It's got to cost something, and that's what I'm.
Sure.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
it costs.
So, okay, as a group, what do we
I'm just
want?
So, Myri, basically, you have crafted this trap in such a way that like it was easy to deploy, kind of right before you went into the church. And so I need a tinker roll, and I need you guys to spend from your crew sheet either 1 coin or 1 rep.
Yeah, that's what I was trying. What do we want to
There's a crew sheet. So,
Yeah.
so how does the rep work if we reduce that?
You would just have 1 fewer rep.
But you need rep to get turf, and that's kind of like the main point of
No.
this
Gotcha.
mission, right?
Yeah.
You need rep to increase your tier.
Oh,
Oh,
You actually
Got it.
need
spend a
rep,
coin. We'll spend a coin.
and
The
I think
coins.
so.
The coins.
I'm happy to put.
I think the coin's probably
We're gonna
easier
get a
to-
whole
to
lot of
replenish.
coin from
That's
this
what I'm
'cause
hoping. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Okay,
so
cool.
yes, I marked it already. I did that for you guys.
Cool.
So coin is spent. Give me your tinker roll to see how well this is made.
You
And that
this.
will
You
also
got this.
determine.
Wait. Oh shit! Siege is rolling it. Oh
Will
no.
this now get
Yeah.
the assist from your foresight? Will this get the assist from
Yes, I'm gonna say it does get the assist from the foresight because
He planned.
they probably helped you locate it. Like he kind of was like, you need to put it at this height, and he gave you that information. So take the +1 from his assist.
Okay. So this is what do you want?
A tinker roll. It's controlled for standard effect.
Okay.
Okay, partial success. So you managed to make it. And that's it. Yeah, like crafting rules work differently than regular rules, but you still have to make an action roll. So you make it, but it's not like of exceptional quality. Which means that it will break after this is done.
Okay.
And all of that is just to set up Jacob for his action.
Oh boy, here we go.
Which is really what's going to determine if this works.
So, I think there's probably going to be an attune to try to manipulate the ghost field to force La Llorona into my ghost tube spirit bottle. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah. I dig it.
I'm going to stress myself out to get the extra die.
Yep. Okay.
Absolutely.
I love it. I'll
Does he
give
get-
you a devil's bargain.
Yes, I'll take it.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, I'll take it. I won't tell you what it is.
Does he get an
Okay.
additional from the tinker thing?
Pardon?
Does he get any benefits
Yeah, that-
from the?
Yes, that's how I'm going to determine effect, basically.
Oh, okay.
And it's only even possible because of the tinker.
Okay.
Right.
So I got
but
2 extra dice?
well, I haven't set the devil's bargain. I will actually warn you what it is beforehand. I just got to think
Please,
of what it is.
please do.
No, fuck it.
Taking
Let's
my
go.
What I'm
Deals.
gonna say is that the devil's bargain is that she's gonna get decapitated.
No. Wait,
Yeah.
I've got 2 spirit jars. Yes.
Okay. Take it.
I'll take them both.
Okay. And so
Maybe. Wait.
go ahead and give me that attune action.
That
And
kills
actually,
things, doesn't it? No. I don't wanna
not
kill it.
ghosts.
A ghost?
Not
All right,
ghosts.
so yeah.
But
it. right.
I'm just gonna
I'll
say
snatch
this.
up.
It's still an attune roll. I think it would be really, really cool since you're already pushing yourself. If
I was getting ready to use that ability every single turn. Like every turn.
I
And I'm
want you to
like,
use
don't-
it.
but- Oh man.
I'm sorry if I outed you.
Yeah, you totally. Now I got performance anxiety about using my special skills. So I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna keep it in the chamber. I'm gonna
Okay.
just keep it, locked and
On
loaded.
the edge.
Yeah, I'm just
No
gonna
worries.
edge it. I'm just gonna edge it for.
Okay. Well, you describe
free
what
edge
it is.
So I got 2 extra dice. Is risky standard? Is that right?
Desperate for standard.
Desperate.
So give yourself XP.
Standard. Desperado. Here we go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I got a CX. Yeah.
Success.
Yeah.
All right. So give yourself that XP.
Oh, I'm
And sorry, you're manipulating the ghost field so that she's where she needs to be.
So well, she's getting blown out into this trap, and like when that's happening, I'm going to use my lightning hook to snatch her ass up into a bear trap. And by bear trap, I mean ghost trap. And by ghost trap, I mean spirit bottle.
Okay, I love it. So yes, finally she can't hold on anymore. These waves coming off of the anathema force her hands to break free from the thing, and she flies, and her head like hits that electroplasm wire just as like the current's passing through, and it separates from her body, and you can hear the sound of stone like hitting stone, because the statue immediately its head falls off as well behind you.
Cool.
And you run up and you scoop up you use this man catcher thing to drag her head into the spirit bottle, and kind of like Ghostbusters, it's like you shove it in, and you manage to get it in, and the body.
I scoop it in like I do at work, where I've got like a shovel and a broom. I'm just like, here you go, here you go.
Well, you're struggling with it. The body actually crawls forward and climbs into the spirit jar of its own accord.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, I hate that. Nice.
And you seal it.
Oh yeah, cork it.
You have succeeded, and the wailers begin to wail as they mourn their desecrated statue.
For real.
Just like them. These are real tears this time, though. We've
And
helped
guys-
them. Oh, God.
This is the end of the score.
We scored. We
We-
totally scored. You guys, we
You
scored.
did. And so you all meet back up at the library, and we're gonna go over payoff. Where's rules stuff?
Eh,
So if you want to follow along, guys, under rules stuff, there's downtime rules. You can, in the journal section there, you can check that out, but we'll go over it. So first thing with payoff, we go over rep. I'm gonna open up your crew sheet so we can add stuff as we go. All right. So you start with rep. You earn 2 rep by default.
Woo! Default.
You also gain-
default.
Yes. And you're gonna actually gain a total of 4 rep because the Church of the Weeping Lady is a tier 2 target. So you get 1 additional rep for each tier they are above you. So add 4 rep to the sheet there, guys.
There we go.
Looks like someone already did it.
Yep.
Now we're gonna do coin. So this is, I had you make that fortune roll or previously.
Yeah.
I kind of had it as like it was either an 8, 6, or 4 coin. This is 4 coins because you failed that roll.
Okay.
Now you're gonna gain an additional 2 coins because you successfully completed the score, which means you claimed the turf offeratory, which gives you plus 2 coin for
Nice.
occult spell.
So it works like
operations.
right away.
Yeah,
I dig that.
Fuck yeah.
yeah. I'm not here to punish. I punish you guys enough during the score. I don't need to punish you after. But then we go to heat.
How do I
All
how
right.
do I activate that we have the offeratory?
I just basically if it's gray, the dark gray, that means you have it.
Oh,
I
it's,
like that
it's
they've
a very
decided to-
similar gray.
Yeah, it's dark gray and slightly less dark gray. There, it
Medium.
could be like
It's-
purple
it's-
or something instead. Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen at home, if you have Foundry, Blades in the Dark has a really awesome module. Like the person who made it did a very good job.
Absolutely.
There is an upgrade that you can get, like a separate module that improves the character sheets so that they're a lot nicer to look at. There is not one for the crew sheet. And
No.
unfortunately, yes, that's why the crew sheet like looks kind of not as nicely put together as the character sheets do.
The character
So
sheets look
because
good.
we have to suffer, we're gonna make
But-
the audience suffer.
But the
Yes.
Foundry, but the Foundry stuff for it is very, very good, and obviously
It
it's
is.
free and it's made by fans.
Oh, it's so
Um,
nice.
yeah. All right, so now we go to heat, guys. The city is full of prying eyes and informants. Anything you do might be witnessed, and there's always evidence left behind. What kind of we have our options here. We have smooth and quiet with low exposure, 0 heat.
No.
No,
can move a
definitely
little-
not.
We have contained standard exposure for 2 heat. Loud and chaotic, high exposure for 4 heat. Wild, devastating exposure for 6 heat.
I mean, only a
Uh,
select group of people knew about what happened. Well, there was the fire.
We were loud in multiple areas, right? There were 2
Yeah.
fires. Was it only
There's
one
a
Yo,
ghost
shootout?
explosion
Yeah,
again.
but like Albatross was successful in literally every shot.
Yeah, good
did
for
everything
you.
he
The rest
wanted
of
to
us are
do.
idiots.
Yeah, like
the ghost
like
didn't escape. The ghost didn't escape out into the city though, so that didn't cause any trouble.
Yeah,
It was
it
still
doesn't feel
contained within-
devastating. I would say maybe loud and chaotic is kind of our speed for
Yes,
this
I
round.
think that this is 4 heat. I'm going to give you 1 additional heat because it happened on hostile turf. Specifically,
Okay.
the part with Vey and Albatross. Happened in the midst of a war.
yeah, because Val got, he got noticed.
Yeah, and because Vey got marked.
Or sorry,
That's-
Bea, sorry.
Mm.
Yes. And so yeah, we're gonna add a total of 5 heat. What does that bring us up to, guys?
We're
Uh,
too short
most of the way
of a
there.
wanted level.
Okay, it's about as bad as you can get without gaining one a level, which is probably for the best.
Bless.
Woof. What happens next? You guys are not in prison, so that's good. Entanglements. All right, guys, I'm gonna roll an entanglement for you,
That's
and then this
entangled.
will probably be where we end it with we'll resolve the entanglement, and then we'll
Oh,
probably
we gotta get some
call it a night.
experience, man.
Oh, well, of course, we're going to do that. Entanglement generator. So I give that a roll for you guys. Did you see it, or did I accidentally make it whispered?
I got question marks. Ooh, excuse me.
Okay. So our options, because we rolled the 3 on the table, are either flipped. One of the PC's rivals arranges for one of your contacts, patrons, clients, or a group of your customers to switch allegiances. They're loyal to another faction now.
I
Or
like it.
interrogation, which is what happened to Ludes last time. The Bluecoats round up one of the PCs to question them about the crew's crimes.
I like that better.
Okay.
I'm like, we don't really have a lot of people to flip right now, so.
That's
Yeah.
all right. Well, I mean, you all have buddies, but yeah. So interrogation. Who wants to be interrogated? I'm gonna say that it maybe not Adam because he
Yeah.
had to do it last time.
I'll pass.
Who's getting picked up? And it might
I-
not be by the Bluecoats in this instance.
Well, and so I was thinking, with Vey having been marked by the
Oh, yeah.
the hunters, maybe it makes sense that that is what happens interrogation wise.
Yeah.
Like after the score happens, there was that war.
Or
You
we're
know.
gonna role play it right now, Ethan. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happens. The next day, you have to leave. You have to leave the dogs, right? And as you do, you notice it's oddly kind of quiet. You see people around, but like the Leviathan hunters aren't anywhere to be seen until you get to one of the bridges, whichever bridge you want to take. But you have to leave the district. You're in the docks. You have to make it to 6 towers. And there, there's like 8 of these Leviathan hunters, and this time they do have guns and they have sabers. They're not drawn, but they pick you up and they drag you off into like an abandoned house. And there, we decide how you're going to handle this. So our options are, you either pay them off with 3 coin, you take 2 harm, you tell them what they want to know, and you can resist each of these consequences separately. So yeah, first of all, I don't know which do you want to pay them off? That's probably the only way that you can, without paying stress, get away with it.
No. Vey is a man of coin, and we just worked so hard for this coin, so
Okay.
his mouth is as closed as his pockets.
Yeah, and so the young man that you saw earlier identified you. He comes over and he punches you in the face, and he's like, "I can't believe you did that to me. After my wife fucking left, you bitch." And he hits you again. Who sent you?
No one sent me. It was more of a mission for good, and just trying to be a good person, helping out the dockers who have helped me out in the past. So I want to do them a favor as much as I had to put one over you.
Grabs a pair of pliers.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh. That's not.
He hooks it onto one of your teeth, and he's like, "I'm not fucking kidding."
Oh boy.
This is where you pick. Do you take level 2 harm, or do you take +3 heat? You can resist the consequence.
And I was gonna say, can
Plus
Albatross
3
have been
heat.
paying
+3 heat
attention
will
to
push
this?
you over
No, this is after.
Is it after?
to a wanted level. Yes, this is after the score, so you're not there for this, unfortunately, to you.
Shoot.
One day I'll do this to Albatross.
You'll get your
Plus.
turn.
Woo!
I didn't think it'd be heat. Yeah, I
It's
guess
heat
we're
or harm. Heat
or harm, and you had to pick teeth too. Oh, you know me so well.
I do.
So yeah, I think at this point,
Don't worry, we're gonna fade to black on like teeth torture. I'm not describing that for you, but
he's just gonna sob a little bit with the pliers in his mouth.
okay. Now you have not had a chance to reduce stress, and so do you have any stress?
Vey has taken 0 stress this whole map,
Well,
which I feel
If
really
you
bad
don't want to
about.
take a level 2 harm, you're about to take some right now. So yeah, like the consequences of level 2 harm. You've been bloodied up a bit, so you're gonna take a level 1 harm or a level 2 harm right now.
I would like to take level 1 harm, and I'll roll for the stress.
Yeah. So make a resistance roll. I'm gonna say with resolve, which actually happens to be your best one. I didn't even look at your character sheet. Yeah. So roll your
No.
4 fucking dice.
All right, no tooth hurt.
Hey.
Yeah. He pulls out your tooth, and you're like,
Now you bald.
"Joke's on you! I had to go to the dentist anyways."
That one was full of cavity.
I
And,
was gonna get rid of that anyway.
He
And so-
gives him a grin, and there's just blood kind of seeping out and
Oh,
kind
it's
of pouring down the chin.
Metal.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And yeah, you can take a level 1 harm called toothache. But no
This is-
stress.
Wow.
Someone who's had teeth pulled, I would disagree that it is very stressful and annoying having to have gauze in your mouth all the time.
Oh, I've had like 3 teeth pulled, and like I have such a fear of dentists. I hate it.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Well, this is not pleasant, but like stress
Oh.
is exceptional.
It's good. It's bringing me into the story. I'm liking it.
Man,
There
I
we
got a
go.
story for y'all.
I don't want to hear
All right.
any more teeth stories. Like, I'm not into it. I'm not into
That's
it.
fair. That's fair.
This is gonna give me
And the
nightmares.
4 of you return back. Daniel Deraviso is there waiting for you. He welcomes you
Good.
with open arms. And he says, "How much XP did you guys earn?"
He's so
I'm-
meta. I love it.
And again, it's alphabetical order on my screen, so we're just gonna go alphabetical order, starting with Adam.
Oh yeah.
Every time you roll a desperate action, marks XP in that action's attribute. I
Got it.
hope you did that during the score because I was not keeping track.
Totally.
You addressed a challenge with a knowledge or arcane power.
Absolutely.
I would say that you would take 2 XP actually because you did it multiple times.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, so it's 2.
2. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
I don't know. I don't think I really did.
I will say at least 1. You were very quick to steal those spirits. It says a lot about how you feel
yeah.
about spirits.
yeah.
You struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session.
Not yet.
No. Okay. So yeah, we got ourselves 3 XP plus any that you got. You can put that in your special abilities, insight, prowess, resolve, wherever you'd like.
All right, I have enough to level up my resolve.
Damn. Look at you go.
So I get to add a pip to anything?
Into any one of them, and you can go up to 3 pips. You have to get the right crew upgrades to get the full 4 pips.
All right, I'm gonna boost that attune. That's at 3.
All right, and then we go to CJ, who is playing the role of Myri Skelekalan. You probably marked off your XP that you got for desperate actions, I'm hoping. I know you
Yes.
made at least 1. You addressed a challenge with technical skill or mayhem.
Think of at least.
I would say definitely the 2. You had the mid score crafting. You had the ghost ward. You had the jumping out the window.
All
Like,
mayhem
lots
all
of-
the time.
Lots of mayhem, a little bit of technical skill. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Not.
I'll give you 1 because again, the fact that you would even do this says a lot about your character.
It's like you're all pieces of shit from doing this, so I'm gonna give
Yeah,
you
you
1
all
XP each.
You struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session. Not so much. You don't have traumas, and your vice did not come up. Then we go to Albatross, as played by Dio. Dio, I don't know if I gave you any desperate actions. I think I did give you 1. I hope you marked
Oh,
XP.
man. I do look at my stress.
Oh, geez, hey, you're fucked, man. Yeah, no, like that was a very stressful situation. Like you were so far away that like everything kind of rode on you, and like every shot mattered. I could
And
see
man, I did my job well.
that. Yes, you did. You rolled like a beast. So you addressed a challenge with tracking or violence.
Like all of them.
Yeah, I would say
All
yeah,
violence, all the time.
yes. 2 XP right there. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I'll give you 1 XP. I'll give you 1 XP. You were definitely a consummate professional throughout. And yeah, I don't know if I would say that you expressed your drives or your heritage or your background per se, but other than that, like your military background, and you were an excellent shot.
I mean, the drive to continue to be excellent in his mission would be one thing. That's
Yeah.
very much, he always has to be just kind of like meeting these expectations.
pushing himself to the
Absolutely.
limit.
Yeah.
You struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session? No. Sorry, just none of you guys did. And that's okay. That's what downtime is for.
I plan to
You guys-
definitely struggle with my vice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna add
That's
a
my favorite.
reputation marker. Which is, I'm just gonna call it occult. You guys developed a new reputation.
Ooh.
We'll roleplay it a bit next time, but basically, like, yeah, you guys did establish yourself as like people who can manipulate the darker and more mysterious forces of this city in a very loud way, and people have definitely taken notice. One last thing I wanted to go over. Oh, Adam,
Yo.
give me a fortune roll for Lutz.
Okay.
Yes,
let
I
me
forgot about
bring
him.
him up.
I didn't. I've been thinking about it all week,
Oh,
and I didn't have an
never
answer
forget
for
about Lutz.
all.
I like his
Alright,
new
so fortune roll.
character art.
Oh yeah, that's the official art. Keep an eye out.
Oh, looks cool.
All right. So.
Oh yeah, that's the background.
That's
am I
2
doing
dice.
here?
Take the lower. It's your rolling tier, basically.
All right, here we go. Come on, 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 come on. Get awesome. 2.
2. All right. Ludes, and we'll end the session with this. Ludes, you wake up in the back of a cart outside a Bellwether crematorium.
Again.
Beside you is a shirtless older man that you recognize. His name is Sawtooth.
Oh my.
And Sawtooth turns to Ludes and he says, "Holy fucking shit, man, you know how to party."
Yeah. Did we that I died. I guess
Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, and we just we'll fade to black on these two men lying in the back of a cart full of corpses outside of a crematorium.
Oh shit.
Classic Sawtooth.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yes. And well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for us tonight. But of course, we'll be back next week with more Sins and Consequences. Yeah, I hope everyone had a good time. Hit us up on YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. Just search Dragon's Greed Gaming. Yeah, Dragon's Greed Gaming. And you'll find us anywhere where good podcasts are found. And
join the
with
Discord.
that being,
You can talk
yeah,
to us.
join the Discord. That's true. You can talk to us on the
Get in there.
Discord.
I
Yeah,
post all sorts of
absolutely.
crap about RoboCop all the time.
And you know what? While you're at it, review the podcast. That would actually do
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of good for us.
Absolutely.
You know,
Nobody
normally
does
I
that these days.
pitch the I kind of pitch the Patreon, but if you want to help us, review the fucking podcast. That's all I gotta say. Just review it.
It's easy. It takes like a minute. All you gotta do is click and say 5 stars. No pressure or anything.
Yeah.
5 stars, and then say like, "Man, that Aaron guy is cool," and that's it. That's all you gotta do.
There you
They
go.
cured my wife's cancer.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They taught me to
and
love
with-
again.
Oh my god.
Touch love again. They talked a lot about teeth.
There's a lot of weird teeth stuff. I loved it.
All right. All right. And with that being said, have yourselves a good night. Toodaloo.
I'm sticking with it.
I'm
it.
sticking with it.
That's it.
like nobody's back yet. I'm just gonna leave this in here because I know you're gonna edit this out and you're gonna find it. I think it was hilarious when I laughed at your dad being dead. That's it.